Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tides of Death. It has been a hot minute. How are you guys doing today?
I'm kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might have a small case of the COVIDs, but I'm gonna go get a test tomorrow, and I'll let you know.
As long as you can be well for the next 4 hours, that's fine.
I'll be good.
Make sure to keep a distance from me, Moot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Stay on your side of the world.
Yeah, can you move my camera over actually sometime?
Yeah, doing good. Back to work, but I had 2 weeks off work, which was nice. Playing some games over Christmas, Hollow Knight, The Witcher, both really good. I bought the Witcher books as well, kind of went full into all of that, so I've been reading them, actually. I was expecting kind of Game of Thrones, but it's a lot more readable. It's a lot sort of punchier and, yeah, easier to read. It's cool. And then, yeah, glad D&D's back, so here we are.
Did you finish Hollow Knight?
Yeah. Well, I haven't fought the final boss yet. But I have to say, after killing the Hollow Knight the first time, and then realizing there was still like 30% of the game to go, was just a really awesome feeling. That was great.
Dude, that fight is so cool too.
Against the Hollow Knight, or the last one.
Yeah, against the Hollow Knight. Like the music, the way he starts like it's so good.
Man,
Hollow Knight's like maybe my favorite video game of all time.
It is so good, yeah. Silk Song's apparently coming out this year. But I was going to say I can't remember the name of the boss, but the one in the circus tent.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the one I mean? Yeah. Man, that was so fucking hard. It's something like 3 hours to beat that.
Grim is his name.
Yeah, it was like mega ultra grim, though. Because you fight him once and he's easy.
NKG. Yeah, he's like one of the hardest bosses in the game, for sure.
Yeah, that was hard as fuck.
Any other stories from the break, or should we hop into game?
Nope. I just had an extremely chill Christmas where I got super addicted to Super Auto Pets, and it has consumed my life now.
That game is okay. The issue is it doesn't have a ranked mode, so I don't feel like the need to play it. That makes sense?
True.
It just like there's no satisfaction in winning because I'm not winning anything. I'm just.
Wait, what game are you talking about?
It's like an auto battler. It's called Super Auto Pets.
Oh, okay.
If they come out with like a ranked mode or whatever, like a ladder and like a scoring, I'll play it more. Yeah. True. Ready?
Yep. Let's do it.
My food literally just got here. I'm so sorry.
Well,
we'll wait a few minutes.
Back.
While we wait for him to return, why don't we talk about pirate facts? Does anyone have a good old pirate fact for me?
I have a pirate fact in the tank, but I don't feel confident enough to talk about it yet. I'd have to like double check my research, but it has to do with pirate flags.
Okay, I appreciate the research.
Well, I actually know a different one about eye patches, you see. So it's actually common parlance. People think that pirates actually wore eye patches so that they could go under this deck and see. Mm-hmm. You've heard that before, right? We just mentioned. But that's actually bullshit. That's the pirate fact. I don't think it's even true. I saw a comment on a Reddit thread from Neil that cast doubt on the whole thing, and I don't believe it anymore.
I thought you were just going to pass off.
a comment saying that if this is true, Neil, you need to retract. Like, I'll take like a 3% XP hit, but I think Nilra must take like a 10% XP hit if that's not true.
No, it's...
Have we talked about like what red flags mean in the past?
No.
Okay, apparently red flag, according to the Google search that I was given, it means there's no quarter given, whereas a black flag meant like surrender or die. So apparently, if you see a red flag, that means you're just gonna get fucked up. No ifs, ands, or buts.
The red flag is we're gonna murder you. The black flag is
kill you.
You have a choice.
Black flags give us your shit, or you will die.
Yeah, the Jolly Roger was a sign that if you surrender, you won't be murdered. That's the fact I was researching. Damn you.
Yeah.
He's just thrown out there without the most basic of research and stolen the XP.
I don't want XP. I don't give a fuck about it.
You're gonna get XP anyway, buddy. Go ahead and take your 5%.
Oh, thank you.
Fuck it.
It was being humble.
I got scammed out of my fat.
We're all getting scammed over here.
I also talked about the eye patch, so that probably added on a little bit.
Yeah. Fuck it. Make it
Next
8.
one, 40K. Okay.
I'm back.
Excellent.
What'd you get?
Burger King.
Nice.
It's not nice.
I'll take that XP. shamelessly.
Mm-hmm. So our party is back at their base after having captured a ship. Well, not a ship, a barge. And taking one of the crew members captive, attaching him to your mast as a display figure for his crimes, stealing the loot, and then leaving the last person on the boat to, float to safety. And then finding another ship, which had a tiger in a box, opening the box out of curiosity, having to slay the tiger, and then sinking the ship because the people on board didn't listen to your ultimatums. But in that process, you did capture an accountant of the White Prince. And then you went back to your base. I think you made another ship in a bottle. And we're in a point of Wiley's interrogating the accountant, trying to get any information out of them. The rest of the party is resting and relaxing at the base after a couple of jolly voyages, having made some decent profit. And we're going to come into game. Mm-hmm.
Nilrim, well, just to give a little heads up, I think Nilrim is probably starting to think about his life a little bit and what happened so far. So in the pre-session campaign, where you kind of figure out who the characters are, Nilrim had an episode, and in that episode, he was tasked with being inducted into like the White Prince's whole community and being like taken as one because he had such high intellect. He was like impressive. So in that, he was questioned by one of the clerics and asked, which god do you favor the most or go towards? I didn't really know which one I wanted to do, and I kind of like to play random characters a little bit, so I just rolled a d20, and the one that came up was Ponos. So Nilrim's kind of thinking on that a little bit because of what happened a few days prior of putting the guy on the mast, which is pain and suffering, and now what he's having Wiley do to the accountant for heavily like shit talking him. So that's just what's going through Nilrim's mind.
Pain and suffering.
Rather grim business, isn't it?
It is.
So we're gonna start.
Sorry, I just wanted, just before we start, I was just thinking, because I've been watching it on Netflix, Neil. You really missed an opportunity. The captain of the boat with the tiger. You should have tried to like roleplay it as the guy from Tiger King. That would have been great. Just a thought I had.
Oh man, my acting skills are not that good. that is it. Woo!
All right, sorry.
I couldn't pull that off.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to start with Sail. Taking a walk down by one of the shores on a day here when you're back in town, back in your island. It is the day after, it is New Year's Day. First day of the new year. It's a Wednesday. You're down by the beach when you notice that there's a section of tide pools where the waves kind of come up and then slow to like a gentle stillness, like a little area flanked by rocks on either side where the waves should be crashing on the shore, but they're not.
Wait, explain that again, Neil. Wait, tide pool.
So he's at the beach.
The water is unusually still, I think.
Yeah, and there's rocks everywhere, and there's like some big not just like a single rock in the water, but like a section of rockiness that comes out that the water splashes on top of, and the waves are rolling all onto shore, except in the area between these two rocks, where the waves should roll all the way to the shore, but they don't. They roll, and then they smooth out. An area of unusual or maybe even unnatural stillness between two sections of low-lying rock surrounded by tide pools.
And is this like still section? Is it almost like a mirror-like sort of flatness, or is there still like a little bit?
There's a very gentle like up and down to it, but it's like an undulating mirror, right? The movement is sort of like a large section of waves without like the little tiny surface ripples.
Gotcha. I assume I noticed this. My curiosity will be piqued. Just kind of like, that's odd. I wonder what's causing that. And I'll walk over and I'll kind of stand near the water and observe.
And within the sand at the base of the water here, you will see sort of like little bits of bubbles coming up. Little bits, little creatures underwater that are releasing bubbles. But the bubbles never quite reach the surface. They dissipate beforehand. And you can see somewhat of a pattern developing from where these bubbles emerge. I would like you to make me a Omen reading check, or tell me what your Omen reading check is, actually, since I'm supposed to make it in secret.
My Omen reading is base. It says base -2, total 14.
14 it is. Wrong set of dice. I need a D20, not a D100. Excellent. You can look into these waters and see here that there is a message being laid for you. It says to you, Father Hubert must not survive his trip to Jamuba, February 14.
Father Hubert must not survive his trip to
Jamuba, Jamuba, February 14.
Okay. I haven't heard of Father Hubert before, have I?
Brand new name.
And I've never heard of Jamuba either.
Brand new name.
And I've never heard of February 14th either.
You've heard of February 14th before. That one you know.
That is Valentine's Day.
It's true.
Oh shit.
I will be very confused, or well, curious more or less. I will assume this is from Rohi, I believe. I'll put my hand in the water near the pool, and I'll say Rohi's name, just to kind of like looking for confirmation that this is from him.
The bubbles cease from beneath the sands.
They cease.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting. I'll kind of look around, like investigate the area a little bit. Like, is there anything else that's amiss, or is it just this?
It's just this section. The palm trees nearby sway in the wind. There's little shorebirds running up when the waves go back and poking at the ground to pick out whatever little things they can find, and then running away as the water laps up on shore. The area between these rocks is still still and calm. There's just no more bubbles coming from beneath the sand.
Well, I guess I'll have to assume that. I mean, I don't know anything else that has the powers to send messages like this, specifically also to target me. So I think I feel pretty confident that this is definitely from Rohi, and I'm not, hallucinating. Especially because it stopped when I put my hand in and I spoke his name. So I think I'll cut my morning walk short and make my way back to the base.
You arrive at the base to find everyone doing their normal things. It's New Year's Day, so I'm imagining many people are semi-hungover. Or fully hungover. And you can return to the base.
Norm, the night before, I guess, he probably went down to the cellars with Wiley. And for New Year's celebration, he probably tortured the guy quite a bit.
Oh.
Archie got fucking wasted and watched. It was great.
Well, I think what happened is we were venturing into the cellar of the base, Archie, Sale, and I, to see if there was any sort of like old bottles of wine maybe that were stored down there. And what did we stumble across but Wiley and Nilrim?
Yep.
Circle jerking over a tortured man.
Yep.
So I think we all found a nice quiet corner in the cellar and watched.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did Bobby want to join? Any?
Bobby
kind of call
came
him
in
over and be like, "It's your birthday, Bobby. Come on."
Bobby
Shank
came
guy.
to watch it start, but lost his stomach for it after a little while.
Yeah.
He's not quite there yet. He's still green.
So on New Year's Day, the accountant then, he's in a bad way?
He's in a bad way. He's going to need a few days, maybe a week of rest before he can speak or be of use to you anymore. He needs some time to sit and recover.
So I think in the morning then on New Year's Day when I wake up, I'll go and make some food and some tea or whatever. Coffee if we've got it.
You'll
And
make
take
it?
it
We
down.
have a lady who makes food for us.
All right, well, I get some then. I'm going to take it down to the prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know this guy's name? I think to myself as I'm up the top of the stairs leading down to the cellar. Don't know if I know his name. And I shrug, and I'll open the door and like go down carrying the tray or whatever. And as I get to the bottom step, hello? You awake in there? So you had a bit of a rough night. Don't worry, I'm feeling it too. I say as I like go over to his where he's sleeping or whatever.
There's just a huddled mass on the side of the room, not even all the way in a corner, barely moving. You can see the chest rising and falling. He doesn't look particularly good.
Yeah, all right. So I put the tray down next to him. I'm gonna try and like, if there's like a barrel or just some card or something that I can sit him on to make him a bit more comfortable, like sit him up against a wall and hand him the mug. Say, come on, cheer up. Wasn't that rough, was it?
The wall behind him, as you lift him up, gets smudged with blood as he like slides to the side. His hands are a little weak. You have to hold the cup to his mouth. It's himself.
Yeah, I help him drink. I say, listen, sorry about him. He gets a little bit overzealous with the initiation ceremonies, but don't worry, you're one of us now. You can expect better treatment from now on. You want some to eat?
The man is in too bad of shape to reply to you. It's not that he's trying to be disrespectful. This is the night after, the day after, and he needs time to recover.
All right. Well, I leave him the food and the drink after. Or I help him drink some of the coffee and then leave the rest there and head upstairs. I want to try and be playing a bit good cop, bad cop with this guy. Get him on board. So
you need the carrot and the stick.
If we skip some days, just assume that I'm gonna like check on him every now and again, bring him his food, have a bit of a conversation.
We're skipping a few days. I'm gonna be making another boat.
Sure. Any other actions? Archie, what are you doing this morning? How hungover are you?
Oh, Archie is so hungover. He got way too wasted on that old ass wine. It was really good.
It was good.
Yeah. And he just watched Norm torture the guy. Eventually, he fell asleep down there, then got back up, drank more of the wine, somehow stumbled half into his bed. Probably broke it because he's such a massive fucking guy, and he just kind of fell into it. And now he's just sleeping in. It's 2 p.m. He's still asleep.
Wow. Sail, you come on in to the base to find these things. You see Captain Winters coming up from the cellar with maybe a tray in hand. The cook is over there in the kitchen making up some more breakfast for everybody. Wiley is taking a nap. Bobby is sweeping out the kitchen. You can hear the gentle snoring coming from down the hall. That lets you know Archie's over there still. Nilrum is sitting at one of the tables working on a new ship.
Is there a coffee or a tea on Winter's tray?
No.
Yeah, it's probably half drunk, right? The guy's probably half drunk.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Damn, I was gonna swipe it and be like, oh my god, you brought me tea, thank you. But
well, you're welcome to it, Sail, if you want it.
No, thank you.
It's a bit of blood on the cup. Yep.
I've just had a very odd walk.
An odd walk?
Yeah, I think we should call a meeting.
Really? Everyone's still hungover? Is it that important? What, you saw some maidens bathing in the sea on the other side of the strait?
No, but I do see your mother in my dreams. I saw...
You and me both.
No, I'm just kidding. My actual answer is I got a message from Ro. Oh my god.
He sent you a message?
Yeah.
All right, I guess it's important. Okay, Nilrim, put down that boat. Get over here, and I'll go and wake Archie up. I'll go and go to Archie's room and shake him awake. Archie, come on, Sail. He's got something he needs to tell us. You can go back to sleep after.
Archie smells real fucking bad, and he's in a really bad mood, but he'll somehow stumble over. He's also still kind of drunk.
You can share the rest of my cup of coffee if you want.
He will down it.
Give him the coffee. All right, we're all here, Sail. You need the others or just us? What is this message?
Just us. Did we get Nilram?
Yeah, Nilram walked over and he's gonna keep whittling, but yeah.
Okay. It's rare that he speaks to me directly. In fact, he has only done it a couple of times. But I have been sent a message. And I don't think this is a message I can disobey.
Right.
His words carry weight. And so I think when he speaks, I have to follow. He told me that a man named Father Hubert cannot reach the island of Jamuba before February 14th. I think that's what he said. I don't remember.
Father Hubert?
Father Hubert.
Sure, it was not Father Hubert.
You know a Father Hubert, Sale?
No.
Nilram, you ever heard of a Father Hubert?
Nilram was on one of the inner islands. Koibu, is there any chance?
No, you were too young. You were just a young lad when you left. Someone like this, you would never have heard contact with.
And I've never heard of Father Hubert, so I'm pretty sure that Archie doesn't know him either.
He kind of sounds like a musician, a bard maybe.
Could be a bard, yeah. No, it sounds like more like a cleric, no? Father Hubert.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I
it sounds
can
like
see
a
it.
cleric.
Regardless, I believe we either have to kill or capture him. Nilram, you're from these islands. You haven't heard of Jamuba, have you? Is it an island or a place or a city?
Would Nilram ever heard of Jamuba?
No. Jamuba is, again, something you haven't heard of. I think you were, 6 or 8 when you left? You're a genius,
Like
but...
9, yeah.
9,
Nilram
yeah.
will call Wiley over.
Yeah, go and get your friend Nilram.
Sure. Wiley comes on in, looks around, sees the serious look on all your faces. You're starting you off with trouble, lads?
You ever heard of Jamuba, Wiley?
Hi.
You know who that is?
Hi.
Well, go ahead, Sale.
Well, I have received information that I need to stop a man named Father Hubert from reaching a place called Jamuba. And we have a month to do it. I don't know where Jamuba is. I don't know who Father Hubert is.
Jamuba's Outer Rim Island, eastern side. Somewhere around the 3 o'clock position. Father Hubert shakes his head. I was never much one for the fathers and the mother. Well, I was one for the mothers, but not the fathers, if you catch my drift.
Archie will he's still drunkenly looking at the ground, but he'll give him like a lazy high five for that one.
He gives you the flat of his blade hand for the high five.
Hell yeah.
Nilram will state that he probably knows someone who can tell you who Father Hubert is, and he smiles. But he's a little messed up at the moment. We might need to give him a few days. He looks to Wiley.
You think that guy downstairs will know?
He was an accountant for the White Prince. If Father Hubert's someone to know, he'll know.
What if he's not someone to know?
Then we'll need to find someone who does know. He'll probably know someone who does know. When do we have to do this by, Sale? Does it need to be done tonight?
February 14th. And if, as Wiley says, it's, halfway around the Ring of Islands? Probably takes us 2 weeks just to get there.
How long
yeah,
does it
wow.
get there?
Well, we don't need to go to Jamuba, right? We need to go to wherever Father Hubert's coming from, although this guy is a big deal.
Coming from.
Yeah. Shit. Well, I was hoping
If he's a big deal, we want to meet him in the middle, where it's least protected. We're probably on the outer ring.
Maybe we can find out who he's coming to meet, the name of his ship, when he's coming. If we go to Jamuba, we
Can you mark
intercept them in the
Jamuba
seas.
on the map, Koibu?
Yeah, let's go.
At this point, I'm sure we got like a ring of islands or whatever. We don't know what's there, but
Yeah, Jamuba. I'm actually just going to give you the blown up version of it.
Cool.
Is over here.
All right, so there's only one place to search on the island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from what Wiley will tell of you, he only knows the town by the little dock that he's arrived at. Let's bring camera over here too.
Does this mean the rest of the island is a wasteland, or is this just all Wiley knows?
This is all Wiley knows. He's been through the area once or twice. You know, he's floated past there, but he doesn't remember the details of the place very well. It's been a long time since he's been a proper pirate captain. But he does remember there being a rocky outcropping near the point. He remembers there being some islands around the outside of it, and a nice little safe harbor with a river that comes from the mountains, maybe with a forest around here, but there was definitely a tower under construction at the back of the town.
Okay. Well,
I was hoping to spend a bit more time relaxing, but it sounds like, well, when a god calls, can't exactly say no.
What gods called you?
We probably have time to lick our wounds for a day or two and prepare a journey.
Yeah, we're going to need probably to stay here for a week, I think, in order to get answers from Mr. Accountant downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I could play
with
look after his wounds.
Yeah, I already started. I brought him some food this morning, some coffee.
Fix him up, Sale.
I think that we should be somewhat kinder to him now, maybe like the other captives. You know, he's been through the worst of it. Hopefully he'll see the merit in good behavior.
We could, as a group, make it seem like we reluctantly keep Nilram, who is hateful, and play nice to his face.
Make it seem like nice.
Play nice to his face and apologize and manipulate him that way.
Wizard's gonna do what a wizard's gonna do, isn't that right, Nilram?
Normally give me a nod. And I'll go back to whittling.
Wait,
Sale,
well, yeah.
What should we call your god? Oh, sorry.
You should have at least be able to cast that spell at least twice if we're going to be down there for some time. Is that possible?
Which
Normal
spell?
scratch his head. I think he wants to ship in a bottle. I can cast it twice, yes, but we're gonna need another one of these, and he'll pull out his thing. I think this will take me. If we want to be safe, 2 weeks. If we don't want to be safe, a week.
Well, better to have one that we can rely on than, you know, have two that we're not sure about. So.
Well, we're staying here at least a week, anyways. So let me get to it and see if I can.
Are we staying for a week?
Get one done in a week.
Who needs to wait for a week?
If we wait 1 week, then I can have potentially with a wisdom check another casting.
But will you know if it's failed?
Yes, I'll know if it's good enough.
Oh, okay, that's all right then. How long have we been here already? Because I was on half health. Have I healed up?
It has been
like 3 days.
You finished the ship on the bottle on the 21st. Then you went over there. Then you went over here. So I think you got back on the 26th. So you've had 1, 2, 3, 4 nights of rest, and then no healing for last night.
So we just need to be here 3 more days, actually, and then I'll have my wisdom check.
How many days? Much healing do we get a day? 3.
2?
3. We've got someone with healing. Do we have someone with herbalism as well?
Yes.
Sailing, not
I have
sailing.
herbalism.
Sail as healing, and you have herbalism.
Yeah,
Correct.
so it's 3, isn't
Okay.
it?
It's 3.
So we've had 3 days of healing. I think I'm back to full.
Cool. Okay.
Plus, I could be casting Accelerate Healing as well to double that rate as we need.
You want a wisdom check?
Yeah, if you want
okay,
to finish it off quickly, go ahead and give me a wisdom check. Nice. You now have
cool.
2 castings, components for your castings.
And that took another week from today.
No, that only took 4 days because as soon as I got back, I would have probably started. So it might have taken an extra day because of the other night. So yeah.
Cool.
Like
all right.
4 days later.
Well, then we can leave on January 5th, I think.
Yeah.
Get ready to insurrect Jamuba.
Excited, Archie? Tomorrow's your birthday.
I don't think I've ever really celebrated my birthday that much. You know, back on the boat, we just drink every night, anyway. You know, it's not really a special occasion.
Well, it's special to us, Archie.
Archie will, at least internally, be a little bit be a little bit glad, a little bit heartwarmed, a little bit softened by this.
Nilrum's gonna grab the platinum necklace with sapphire and diamond like inlays.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna take that off the party sheet and he's gonna give that to Archie tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'll DM you Pokemon.
So a few days
On your
pass, and your accountant captive slowly makes a recovery, well enough that they can begin to speak. Their name is Sharpay. Sharpay, and they have been interrogated, tortured, given a chance to rest and lick their wounds, and now who all comes down to speak with the wounded accountant?
I think I would have spent a few days tending to his wounds, maybe giving him an accelerate heal or two, like stuff like
We
that.
probably want to play this good cop and bad cop, so we'll probably send the good cops down first.
Yeah. So I think maybe what happens is on this last day, as Sale is patching him up, having a conversation with him, I'll come down to see how he's getting on. So I'll walk down there and say, "So Sale, you got our new friend back on his feet yet?"
I think so. Nilrum did some damage to him, but he should be fine in the long term.
Nothing our glorious God can't fix, though. Is that right?
Absolutely.
I'll walk up to the guy and offer him my hand. Say, "Sir, what's your name, son? I'm Captain John Winters."
I'm Sharpay, the accountant. Yes,
Fantastic,
no more.
you know? What great luck. I've been needing an accountant around here for ages. So, like we said, looks like you've outgrown your dwellings down here. If you're feeling strong enough to get up the stairs, we can maybe find you a room. The rest of the stuff. Would you like that, a bed? A door?
There's like distrust in his eyes. This man has been heavily abused and is looking for the trap that you were laying for him.
I look at him with a wide smile. All right, well, I'll take that as a yes then. All right, Sale, give me a hand with him. Let's get him up the stairs.
Yeah, I'll help him up.
You
So
can
again, take him to a room, yeah.
bring him to one of the rooms in the bases.
Next to, like, Wiley or Bobby, nearby. The rest of the stuff.
Probably walking through, he probably sees Nilrum and Wiley somewhere in the place, and no one will give him a wide smile and a wave.
He
So as
looks...
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
As we get him into the room, I'll wait for him to sort of like sit down in the bed, and then I'll pull out like a bag of like 30 silver pieces and hand it to him and say, "All right, well, by my accounts, you've been here for about a week now, so here's your first week's wages." And I'll throw him the bag, little extra in there, as a signing on bonus. If you go over the corridor, talk to Bobby, I'll sort you out with rags and whatever else, water.
He bobs his head gently.
Um,
Am I free to go?
Well, you've got a lot of work to do. Tell you what, I'll get my me and Sale here. We're kind of the welcoming party, All the members of the crew deal with the details, so I'll have one of them come down and speak to you about the rules, security, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And this is the room that you're giving him, right? This one in the main corridor next to Bobby?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And I will like go and leave and go and get Nilrum and Archie.
Wait, isn't this Wiley's room though? No, this is Wiley over here. Okay, perfect. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll go and get like Nilrum and
We're giving him
Archie.
a private room right now instead of living with like Janet and John, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, he's a bit more important than them, isn't he, if he's an accountant?
Okay.
Says the accountant.
I'm not an accountant, but okay. Unbelievable.
You work with Excel sheets. You work with Excel sheets. It's all.
That doesn't make me an accountant, all right.
Excel sheets and money? Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like an accountant to me.
Well, you would say.
Norm and Archie, I guess, will come over.
Yeah, okay. I need to go and talk to the accountant and explain to him that he's not allowed to leave. And that, if he tries to leave, he'll either drown or be eaten by giant lizards. If he's lucky, otherwise he'll be tortured to death by you two lovely fine gentlemen. Help get him settled in, tell him where the things are, I don't know. Yeah, get him settled. Don't be too mean.
Norm will walk in with Archie, I guess, behind.
Mm-hmm.
Norm will give him a mean look and bark at him to get in the corner.
He complies very quickly.
Norm will grab a piece of his hair, put it in a little vial, close it up. He'll show him the hair in the vial, and he'll tell him, if you leave, I'll know, and I will kill not only you, but your entire family. Do you understand me?
Uh-huh.
We're looking for Father Hubert. Do you know who he is?
I've heard of a Father Hubert.
Which island?
He lives in the... on... He lives in Halfport Bay.
What do you know of him?
He's a cleric, not a particularly strong cleric, but a kind and gentle man. He's a diplomat. He helps quell unhappy populaces or brings peace to areas that are in trouble. He's a gentleman, a peace bringer, a trouble queller. He uses words, not force, not magic. He's an honest man, a good person.
Norm will smile. All right, one more thing. Can you say fuck the White Prince and fuck Astaire? Norm reaches for his spell components.
Fuck the White Prince.
And?
Fuck Astaire.
Norm will nod. He'll leave.
He'll collapse into the bed.
And he will go tell all of his crew members, kind of what they need to know. I don't know how reliable this information is. He swayed a little bit when he was telling me Halfport, but can you show me the map again real quick?
Yeah. Halfport Bay is the largest island in the middle, or the largest city. It is right here. The White Prince's island is actually this one over here, and this is the White Prince's mountain, and at the very top is where the White Prince lives. But this is the largest city in all of the Dardannes.
He said he wasn't very strong, but I don't think that's true. Someone who lives in the inner city and who's sounded like he's meant to bring people in line and quell rebellions in cities. I think he
Sounds like an inquisitor or something.
Give me a little bit of a lie there. But if we're to believe that he lives there, Norm will show. This is about the route that they'll take.
How long is that route?
Do you want a navigation check, Koibu, for like guesstimate?
Yeah. Let's see. Give me a navigation check, and then depending on how well it is, I'll give you a certain level of accuracy.
29.
$29 is pretty good. So you would know, to generally speaking, to get from the inner islands to the Midlands on one of those large ships. If he's in one of the good ships of the White Prince, one of the big clipper ships, it should take about 15 days to go from inner ring to the Midlands, and about 7 days to go from the Midlands to the outside. So that is 22 and a half days to go all the way to the outer ring. But then that would get you, each going outward takes you a full circle each way.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you needed to move a little bit more, it would probably be a little bit more than that. So if it takes 22 days, depending on exactly where he leaves and how good of a thing it is, you're probably looking somewhere around 25 days, maybe 30 days, if you want to be
So
careful.
he's already left then? Or he's leaving soon?
Normal nod.
He'd leave in a week or two, probably, I think, based on the days, no?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Nilrim, any idea if he'd be coming, by the time he gets to the outer rim, is he going to be coming south or north to get to Jamuba?
Would the navigation check give me any insight?
Well, you always would go
yeah.
clockwise. So, in theory,
Yeah, but I'm saying,
if you start
like,
at the at Half Port Bay, you would
Right.
come all the way out to whatever island is in the north, and then you'd come all the way out to whatever island's in the north, and then you would continue to go clockwise until you hit until you'd hit Jamuba, unless the captain was really good and was able to like hold a tighter circle and land exactly in line with that thing.
But any idea if, like, at what point he's going to enter the outer rink? Is he going
There's
to come
no way.
past here, for example? Okay. there's
No,
way
no,
of
that's
knowing
sort of no. That's entirely like there's 100 ways that it could be done depending on the preference of the person in charge.
So we go to Jamuba, and then we sail anti-clockwise from there. Maybe from the 12th of February or something like that. Hope to intercept.
We could probably do more information gathering. Would it be possible for me to go talk to the accountant as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll say to the group, I'll try and see if we can maybe get a little bit more out of him. I will go into the room and greet him. I'll say, hi, I'm Sale. You're Sharpay, right?
I am. You're the one. You're the one that. What do you want from me?
Well, I just don't want you to get hurt. What happened to you was unfortunate. Nilrim isn't the most stable. Sometimes you say the wrong thing, and he does things to people. We're stuck with him. He can't leave. But our group, we have a rule. And I'll like walk over to him and like, if he's sitting on the bed, I'll like crouch down and look him in the eyes and I'll say, you're not allowed to lie. And if you told us wrong information about Father Hubert, Nilrim will think you're lying. I don't want you to be hurt. So if there's anything else you can tell us, I'll keep you safe.
I'm just an accountant. I don't know anything. All I know is about money spending and habits. I've heard of Father Hubert, but only by rough reputation. I don't know anything about the man personally. I've never met him.
That's okay.
Just supposed to track the coins.
Just wanted to keep you safe. Don't worry. I'll keep you safe here.
Thank you.
And then I'll leave.
Okay. You can step on out.
Yep, I'll go back to the group and say, oh, he didn't get any more information out of him. I tried to be nice. He seems... I think perhaps we might be able to get more information from... we need to come up with a name for my god that we can use to reference him. That
I was thinking the Drowned God.
The Drowned?
Yeah, the Drowned. That's kind of fine.
We might be able to get more information from the Drowned. We might be able to get more information from islands on the way. There are towns that we haven't visited that we don't have a reputation in.
We've not been to Jamuba, right?
No, we haven't been close even.
If this guy's a big deal, he must be if this accountant knows who he is. Somebody on Jamuba's got to know he's coming. Maybe we can get inside the Inquisitor's hut, see the documents there, find out what's going on. There's got to be some reason why the Drowned wants this guy.
I don't think I want to mess with an Inquisitor just yet.
I don't have a choice.
Well, no, I think that there's just a different way about it, and
Well, yeah, I'm suggesting maybe sneaking in there if we could get a look at his papers. But yeah,
What if this accountant probably knows people. What if he knows somebody who knows of this guy. He's heard stories. Nilrim will get up and drag the guy in here, I guess.
Sure. So where's this conversation being had, by the way? Just as a
On the
matter
breakfast
of
table
curiosity.
where we usually...
Yeah.
I imagine there's like a big dining table that we all kind of just
Oh yeah,
coalesce around.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you bring in Wiley and Bobby too?
Wiley is here. Bobby, I don't think is here.
Yeah, Bobby can go back to his room.
But yeah, I'm gonna drag that one guy in.
All right. The party gathers, or has gathered.
Do you know anybody who knows Father Hubris?
Hubert.
Hubert.
Maybe some people back in the inner ring where I'm from, but out here, maybe a high
better think of
cleric
someone.
somewhere, or a fancy noble who's involved in high politics.
This
Where
guy a
are we?
fighter or a politician?
He's a diplomat.
Can he fight?
A low-ranking cleric. No, he's a gentleman. He doesn't have a... He wouldn't squish a fly.
We'll see about that. I mean, I'll do all sorts when they're fighting for their life.
Not. Wiley, take this guy back to his room. Thank you.
Wiley will take him.
Well, I don't know if you've got any
A
better
high-ranking
ideas.
nobleman. Maybe our dear lady would know something. She seems to have her hands in a lot. Would we pay her a visit?
Perhaps I could visit her. I'm not sure you going over there, Nora, would be too great of an idea.
I saw how wide your smile was when you came back last time.
Yes, things have been going quite well over there, I will say. I hesitate to say I've worked off quite a bit of our debt by now. That is if you can
Husband
pay.
finds out, I won't be saving you.
Don't worry, I've got a few glimpses of him. I'm pretty sure I can take him. We could ask her, but I don't know.
You go
I mean,
today, we ask, and then we sell.
we sail to Jamuba, right? Ask
Yeah.
around there for a while, and then if we don't find anything out, we just set sail anti-clockwise and hope to run into them.
Yeah, I agree.
Archie, sail? Any objections? Any other ideas?
I'm going with you, Captain.
Not Lady Nightingale's, you know, Archie.
Seems like the best plan that we have available, so I'll follow.
Nope.
On that point, Archie, I don't want you betting any women that I have on my list because I don't want them getting grander ideas about what's on offer here, okay? Just for the record, if that ever occurred to you. Just throwing that out there, that's not okay.
That's okay. I understand, Captain. You know, Lady Nightingale, I do still hate her, but I feel like the crew is more important than the revenge that I want.
It's true. People like Lady Nightingale, you know, she's devious. She's going to get her
She
comeuppance
is.
one way or another eventually.
Yep.
I don't think it's reliant on us to give it to her, you know. We can just milk the
There's
cow
a
for what it's worth right now and then let it
Yep.
go to slaughter when the time's right.
As much as I want to beat her bloody face into the ground, if it means that I endanger my crew, I'm not going to do it.
Good lad. Okay, well, I'll head over there this evening. I'll see what she knows. Probably not too much, but we'll see. And we'll head out in the morning.
And on. What are we going to do with these prisoners? There's starting to be quite a few. And I'm afraid for Wiley and Bobby. If they rise up, it would not be good.
Sure.
We could compel them, like we did the crew. The crew of the ship that we sent out. We could frankly just kill the ones we don't trust.
I agree with the first plan, Sale. I think our little ritual down there on the beach went a long way to cementing our authority with the people on that ship. I'm of a mind that they should all go through the same ceremony.
I agree. I just worry that I worry it might not be enough.
A man values his life, sure, but he values his soul even more. If they think eternal pain and suffering is on the table, I'm pretty sure they'll do what they're told.
I think a
I
man has
agree.
to have his sanity. If Nilrim has tortured this man beyond that.
The issue is that not to be mean, we have an old cripple and a young boy at watch with our most valuable asset, which is our home base, against a new accountant, a pretty strong man, and a cook. I think currently it's fine, but if any more happens, it could be weird. I think we need to find a
Security.
strong man security to guard the home base with us. Yeah.
I think that's probably wise.
We need to put home.
I'm sure the next ship that we cross paths with will have a big enough man willing to work for coin without too many scruples. I find that the people in this place don't have them in great levels.
And on. Maybe currently we can use John Brophy as security.
Use who, sorry?
It's one of our captives. It's not the cook, but I think he was a builder or something.
That guy. Yeah, well, they've been living in that shared room for now, right? Maybe we give John the ceremony, move him into a bigger room, say that he's part of the full crew now. See if we
Let's
can't.
move the accountant into the shared room and John into his own.
We do have friends on the island of Silver Island, I think it is. We could recruit some of them
Sulfur, yeah.
to guard our base for us.
These people are used to living in the jungle, though. I'm not sure that they'd be suited to life in a place like this.
There's always one person in a society that has wanderlust in them.
That's true.
Let's see if we can use John for now. From what I remember, he was a pretty big, hefty fellow. I guess
Okay.
no one will call him
For
in.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get the stat rolls for him?
For Mr. Brophy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've done it yet. I've already rolled his HP. He's got 8 hit points. Here are his stats down the line. Let's hope they go well. Strength,
Let's see it.
Con, Int, Wiz, Charisma.
He's a builder, though, so you should rearrange for high strength and
He's
con.
not a builder. He's the owner
remember
of
what
the
it was.
Brophy Brothers
Yeah, that's true.
establishment. He's actually
the
your
bar.
previous accountant. Strength, X, Con, Int, Wiz, Charisma. Very good.
So he's a wizard. He would have been a wizard.
Oh,
but...
wait, yeah.
Oh,
wait,
it's
hold
not.
on.
No, that
He
can't
might
be
my
right.
new-
We
Yeah,
already rolled
okay.
for his int. You check everyone for int. So we'll switch the two. We'll do 14 int, 17 wisdom, 13
Yeah, that makes
charisma,
That seems about right.
12 perception. There we go.
I was about to say, I got a new fucking wizard. Okay, so he's a wise guy. That's nice.
Mhm.
He's not
These
very
are
strong.
Janet's stats.
She's stronger
She-
than him.
She'd make a better guard, yeah.
Well, not the perception, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. I think we're gonna bring both of them into the fold and do the whole ceremony probably tonight.
Yeah, you guys do that while I'm away.
And while John is away, we need to give him like a pretty hefty payment, right? What do you think? 100 gold each?
A certain
Worst
amount of
case
gold.
scenario, they can't leave this place right now. So if they betray us, we get the 100 gold back. It's kind of like free money to play with.
Absolutely. And we can always, like, if we're feeling evil enough, we can revoke it.
We can
Take
just
it
take
back.
it. Yeah. So I say we give both of them 100 gold. That's
All right, I'm taking it off the sheet.
okay.
I think money probably doesn't hold much sway for them until they have their freedom. So maybe
Correct.
some sort of
But
shortening of their tenure or something of that effect, maybe.
I mean, if they get in with us enough, they'll have their freedom, and we'll probably
Yeah.
have them spies and shit. So I don't know. Even if you're a captive, I think having $10,000 cash money probably feels pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
This
it
is
makes them
more
feel
than
like they're
most people
earning.
make in a few years, right? In this
Yeah.
age.
A regular laborer makes about $1 a day, so they should make they work maybe 340 days a year. So they make about 34 gold a year, silver a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be
6 gold.
Yeah.
36.5, sorry.
But that would just be, you know, total income, not profit. That
even
you
like
lose
10
expenses and shit.
gold, I feel like would be a lot of money because you're never
Yeah.
really dealing with more than coppers if you're like just a day laborer, right?
50 is enough. Let's give them 50 gold each. That's enough. It's already like a huge amount of money.
I feel like it's free money. We should just give them 100 gold.
But like I think 150 have the same impact. So just, you know.
Well, then if they have this, well, I don't think they do have the same impact. It's up
100
to you.
is a
You're the
triple
captain.
digit. It
but
sounds
I think
bigger.
that
I mean,
100
hey.
is nice.
You can furnish it with your own gold if you like them so much, Nora.
Well, I haven't actually gotten paid, so maybe we should talk about that. Huh?
I've seen your coin purses jingling. You've got gold in there. I don't know where you got it.
He has 19 gold.
Really? Say, how
Yeah.
much gold do you have?
Like maybe 100 silver. I've just been putting
Really?
all my gold. Yeah, I've been putting all my
There's-
gold in the hoard.
Yeah.
You
we've all
you
put it
guys
on
would
the
not
board.
believe how much gold I have in my room. Archie, how much gold do you have?
Archie's muted.
I thought we were going to divvy it up later. Hang on a minute. I
feel like
go to
some
Winter's
gold-
room.
He's like
Sales,
struggling to
sales.
count. He can't really. He like starts over because he can't really. It's like a 100 silver. It's really 145.
Okay, guys, wait there. Wait there, all right? I'll be back in a minute.
No, I'm
Okay,
going to Winter's room and I'm searching it for gold.
Absolutely not. I stopped Sale. He's not coming in. I will.
You open
I
the
will-
door and you stand in the doorway, and Sale's like looking over your shoulder, and there's like
It's just
gold,
gold
and
everywhere.
silver candlesticks. There's like a chandelier in the room.
Yeah,
I
I
want some of
will.
this.
Yeah. I'm going to give each of them 100 gold. Okay.
Hang
Hey,
on, how
guys.
much have you got?
Okay, so now by complaining about 100 gold, now you have lost 300 gold from the party sheet. And
Yeah, but I
you
don't
still
mind
have to pay
paying.
at a minimum.
I don't mind paying you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna add 100 gold. I'm taking 300 gold off the party sheet.
I want to
Okay.
try an open doors check on Winter's room. I want to
I've
see
got-
what he has.
46,000 silver coins in here.
Yeah, you both need
Okay.
to add 100 gold to your personal wealth.
Yeah,
Will
go
I
on.
put that in my hoard or personal?
Just personal wealth. I'm also taking another 100 gold off to pay both of them 50 gold each. Oh, that gives
Okay.
us a brilliant number. 17.
No, I'd already taken the 100 off, so
Oh, you'd already done that? Okay.
I'll put it back up to 1,800.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Neil, of this 1,000 gold's worth of like stuff, how much of that could I like carry to Nightingale? Like if I take the smallest, highest price things.
Probably about a quarter of it.
Yeah.
You feel like
Alright.
you could take and get money back for on the same trip.
Yeah, so I'll do that. I bag up like 250 gold's worth, so I'm gonna take that off the party sheet as well. I hope that you're keeping track of our debt to Nightingale.
I am.
Okay.
I
yeah,
just added 50 gold to John Brophy and 50 gold to Janet. How do they take the contribution?
They're surprised and pleased. They've been given cash. You said 100 gold to each of them?
50 gold each.
50 gold? Okay. I went add it to their character sheets.
Okay, cool.
Done. Excellent.
I let them know that they're going to be involved in a ceremony tonight to officially join the Crimson Fists. And I hope that they accept. This is a small bonus for their, them joining.
Janet is let's make some morale checks for these people. Let's see how far they've come, because they've been your prisoners for a little while now, and they haven't been terribly treated. John Brophy used to be, the man in charge, a big fish in a small pond, and now he's sort of a subordinate to you all, so he'll get a penalty to his role. He rolls not that bad, actually. This life, while it's definitely not what he liked, and his family was sort of killed in the attack, and other bad things had happened to him, he seems to have adjusted somewhat decently to this in reality, kind of a life of leisure. He doesn't have very many responsibilities. He tidies up a little bit. He doesn't have a lot of power, but he does have time to think and sort of reflect on his inner things. You know, he's coming along all right. Janet, on the other hand, has gone from making money and working for somebody, then she has family and money to spend, to just doing the same job but now stuck inside this room with pirates. Janet is not particularly... Yeah, I think earlier maybe she was making more progress, but after months now of just being the cook for the pirates and hearing their crass remarks and still having to do all the same labor but having less freedoms, is growing
way more
depressed. Yeah, I mean, pay, but she can't spend it. But it's there. Also, John Brophy sort of connected with Sale because he might have been held captive with Sale's brother in a prison once upon a time. So he feels like there's something, like maybe there's a connection to be made here. Maybe life isn't going to be so bad. So we will say, I'm going to put on their character sheets I'm going to create a loyalty tab under their under their classes. Loyalty. And we're going to say John Brophy is now at we're going to put him at a 7, and we're going to put Janet at a 4. Excellent. Wiley is with you guys. Wiley, he's happy here. Wiley's a 10 out of 10.
Nice.
I think he's just glad he's not on a prison ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bobby, I'm going to give him a bit of a range because he's been abused, but then he's also been rewarded.
He's in a good spot right now. He hasn't been abused in a long time.
Yeah, things are getting better, but like
yeah.
he's got that sense of fear. So Bobby is somewhere between like a 7 and a 9. He's probably about an 8.
How's Bobby been doing? I've been doing regular training with Bobby. How's he been doing in there?
That's a great question. Well, I was going to ask you to make a teaching roll and for him to make a learning roll, but his learning roll came up a natural 1 on a d20. So Bobby's not a good fighter. His instincts are, like, his defensive instincts are not so bad, but they're actually kind of good. They're so good that when the fighting really gets going, he just drops into a little ball and curls up and protects his face, and is not particularly a good offensive fighter at all.
Got it.
The question is, could that be used? Could he just carry a shield and protect people?
He could protect himself on the ground with a shield. He could turtle by himself.
I guess we talked about it. So Norm's gonna bring John Brophy more into the fold than anybody else, because he notices, he's vibing with it, and he's gonna. Did we bring back a club ever?
No, he asked for a club and you pulled him off.
Okay, yeah. We brought back some other gear, some other weaponry. I know we.
Yeah, you brought back a bunch of weapons.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give with the crew's acknowledgement, John a weapon and update him to security guard. Okay. Everybody cool with that?
Yeah, but let him know it's not a permanent position. We'll get someone more appropriate.
It's kind of like a rotating position, so.
Yeah.
He's currently head of security. I let him know that. And if anyone acts out of line, except for Wiley, because Wiley is the head of the house.
He's the chief of staff, yeah.
Wiley is chief of staff. that he can fuck him up. And if anybody tries to escape, he has permission to kill.
Shit.
Wound first, but.
License to kill.
Yeah. Is he cool with that?
Yeah. He'll need some training, but he's got Wiley there to help, and Archie when Archie's around to help. Might give him something to do, something to reflect on, something to work with.
I take him to his new room as well. I kick the accountant into the room with Janet.
All right, put the 2 disloyal people in the same room, and put all the good, loyal people in their own private rooms. Excellent.
Beautiful.
Easy.
Maybe
peasy.
when we like bring them when Wiley brings them the food as well, like he should, I don't know, somehow show them what all the other people are getting, but then only give them like the shitty food, you know, so they understand that.
Yeah, at the dinner table.
Yeah, they're not getting treated as well because they're not loyal. And then
Please
you.
shape up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think it's going to be time for John Winters to set out over to the mainland. And why don't we take our first break? And when we come back from the other side, we'll see what goes on over there. So catch it in a few. Bye.
Well,
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Heading out on his solo adventure is Captain John Winters.
Oh, right. Yes.
And you're going to do a quick row over there. You're going to go during the day so you can sell off these goods, right?
No, because I'm just trying to give them to Nightingale.
Oh, okay. These are goods you're giving to Nightingale. You're not trying to make cash with them yourself. Got it. Perfect.
So I go at night, I think. I've done this numerous times now.
Lots of times now. You've gotten real good at this stuff. It's nighttime. You're moving around the city. How's your disguises coming along, Captain?
What, you want a charisma check?
Well, I want to...
Oh, just... I put on my disguise and I embody the character of... what was my name? I did have it written down, but I think I deleted it. Yes, Captain Waterford. So Captain Waterford, you know, he doesn't tie my hair up, have a different hat, no makeup.
Yeah, so you're getting really good at all this sneaking around shit. So I'm going to have your charisma check is going to be more in your favor now. So you're going to be making it at disadvantage and at -3. Disadvantage for the nighttime, 3 for how good you've gotten at like disguising yourself.
Okay. So it's 2d20 drop highest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then plus 12.
Mm-hmm.
Fail.
Yeah, perfect. That's what you want. You want a low check. So you can sneak into the town late at night and make your way to Lady Nightingale's house.
Yes, I look for the gnome halfling gardener. Is he about?
There is a small little shed with a light on in the backyard that you can see.
Be back in 30 seconds.
Okay. Can I see a window to this shed, or is it behind
the
the
fence?
fence?
But the curtains are drawn.
Yeah. Okay. So I go and like knock on the side of the window. Psst. Hey.
A moment later, and the curtains part, and there's the little halfling who looking out at you with the hand cupped over the top of the window.
I give him a broad smile.
They pop out the front door and scurry over to you. Why, hello there. How are we doing today?
Greetings, my friend. Doing fantastic. I was hoping that
wonderful.
We could arrange entrance to see her ladyship. I say, twirling a gold coin between my fingers.
Well, I think the master of the house is out for the week. There shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Fantastic.
And the halfling scurries inside to the servant's entrance. You wait not more than 10 minutes before they scurry back out. The door opens, and one of Lady Nightingale's maids lets you in, walking with a little tray with a candle on it. They will lead you upstairs to Lady Nightingale's room, where she is sitting in front of a large vanity, brushing her hair, getting ready for bed. Far too late. Most people have gone to bed by now, but you've noticed that she's a bit of a night owl. And so she's sitting here, brushing out her hair. The lady's maid leaves you in the room alone with her. And without looking up from her mirror, she says to you over her shoulder, Captain Winters, it's a pleasure to see you again.
My lady, I give her a bow. Seems that you knew I was coming. I say
not at all.
Oh. Dress this well on a nightly basis? The trappings of wealth suit you, my dear.
You didn't just come to flatter me, I hope?
No, of course not. I actually came here to ask a few questions and deliver the next payment.
She motions to a night table beside the bed.
I will walk over to said night table, open my backpack and start putting silver and gold pieces of ornaments and jewelry and stuff on the nightstand.
She seems satisfied. Continues her work on her self-grooming.
Reckon this should be about 250 gold worth. I obviously haven't checked out, but that's what I'm told.
Making quite a little dent in what you owe us. Thank you.
How much are we at now, by the way?
I'll have to check the numbers in the morning. If you'd like a full total, I'll have it for you the next time you arrive.
Fantastic, yeah, that'd be great. While I'm here, I had a few questions about an individual that perhaps you know of him. Chap called Father Hubert. Apparently lives on the Inner Ring. Works for the White Prince.
I know the man by reputation. I've never hosted him myself, but Port Ferris has long been under the reign of the White Prince. Do you know?
Much to our troubles. This Hubert, what kind of man is he?
By all accounts, he is a gentle soul.
This is what I've heard. What does he get up to? What's he do?
Well, the Outer Ring is not fully controlled by the White Prince as much as he would like it to be. The docks here, most of them, well, the ports here all have inquisitors. Many of the docks do not. Many of the islands have resisted his full grasp or have come and gone, as the White Prince has needed to deploy people elsewhere. And Father Hubert is an expert in finding out what people want, what people need, and seeing that their needs are met. Unlike the other cronies of the White Prince who are clearly out for self-aggrandizing or for the glory of his royal highness, I do believe Father Hubert honestly means to help the people see that their lawless lands are brought into order, that murderers are tried and punished. He has been known to seek out agents of the White Prince who have wronged people and bring them to justice. And through these kind and diplomatic actions, he manages to bring one island after another slowly into the White Prince's fold through just and honest means.
For our purposes, then, this man is a menace.
If you would see the White Prince destroyed or weakened, this man would stand in your way. He is one of the true paragons of virtue under the White Prince's employ. And if he's going somewhere, then you can be sure that place is chafing.
As I'm to understand, Lady Nightingale, our lovely budding friendship that we have here is built on a mutual understanding that the White Prince should be opposed. Am I incorrect?
I quite agree.
Right then. So I've got word this Father Hubert is traveling to an island on the Outer Rim called Jamuba. You know anything about that place? Any reason why he might be going there?
She pauses, rocks her head to the side and thinks for a moment, makes an intelligence check, which comes back pretty good. I believe that's on the far side of the ring from where we are here. It is an island not yet under the full hold. They have a port but no dock. I'm sorry, they have a dock but no port. Certainly no harbor.
They got an Inquisitor, though. I can't dock my ship there without worry.
No, probably not. If there was an Inquisitor there, then there'd be no reason for Father Hubert to go. Inquisitors only exist where the White Prince has a solid grain. All the Midlands, all the inner islands, many of the outer islands.
You think I'm going to get checked for papers if I land there, in the harbour?
I don't know.
Not worth the risk.
I can ask one of my merchants what it's like when they dock there. If you can wait a few days. Tomorrow,
I'm afraid I'm on a bit of a schedule. I'll be leaving in the morning. That's all right, though. We can work that kind of thing out ourselves. We've found ways of getting around it.
Are you
So,
planning
Hubert,
on bringing this man down?
Well, do you really want to know the details? I'm not hiding them from you, but perhaps the less you know, the better.
I'm just curious as to when. Or
Yes,
he
well-
arrives while he's doing his diplomacy after he finishes up and is on his way out?
Let's say that we're going to hope to avoid any damage that Father Hubert might do in Jamuba.
Get him before he even arrives.
Well, on that point, though, what kind of ship is this man likely to travel with?
Oh, I expect him
See.
to come with a full escort.
Well guarded, then.
I would imagine he would be on a clipper ship filled with knights, maybe some clerics and a wizard, men-at-arms with bows.
Not make easy quarry.
Not on sea, certainly.
Well, not sure I have much choice around that. Like I said, we're really hoping to avoid any damage the man might do once he lands in Jamuba. But thanks for your help, Nightingale. I appreciate that. It seems that there's not a man who works for the White Prince that you don't know something about. It'd prove ever useful. For more than just the obvious.
Find it pays to be in the know. I have made plenty of my enemies, and you do ask about well-known people.
Well, like I said, I won't furnish you with too much of the details right now, although I'm sure that if we're successful, you'll hear about it one way or another. And if his retinue is so flush as you imply, then perhaps I'll come with another payment soon afterwards. Well, I should be getting back. Like I said, we're heading out early in the morning, unless you had any other need for me.
No,
Then I shall bid you adieu, and I will walk out of the room.
the
And,
lady's maid will escort you back down and out.
I give her a wink as I leave out through the back gate.
A charisma check.
No doubt.
Yeah, you notice that she's like catching you in the reflection of the mirror as you're on your way out. She definitely
Nice.
sees it.
She sees it. They all see it. Even the halfling sees it. I will leave the gold coin with the halfling as I leave, and head my way back out into the town. Do we need anything from the blacksmith?
Blacksmith
Yeah,
is
it's night.
closed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's nighttime. There were things to pick up from him. You could wake up the blacksmith if you wanted.
We
Yeah,
had an
I think
order.
I think that's what I'm going to do. If there's stuff to pick up, I might as well go and get it.
Yeah.
So I will, slink along the dark alleys to the blacksmith's. And I take in the building. Do I feel like if I knock on the door of the blacksmith that he's going to hear me from wherever he's sleeping, or do I need to take a more direct approach?
You can gauge the size of the household and find the appropriate door or window to knock on. Give it
Yeah,
a
I do
rap.
that.
And the blacksmith will arrive at the door, like a hammer in hand, as the door cracks open. He seems a little bit wary, and you notice he's got like a blackened eye, and his face is sort of scratched up and battered. Oh, it's
Hey.
you.
Yeah, you all right? You look kind of banged up. Someone giving you trouble? Who?
Rumor is there's some pirates in these parts, and guards have been going around asking if anyone knows anything. They were a little suspicious with some of the orders I had coming through and asked some rough questions.
Is that right? Well, can I come inside? We can talk about it.
He keeps the door shut. But I don't want to involve my family.
We say, well, maybe we can go around by. I mean, I do have an order to pick up, I think.
He slips outside of the house and moves over towards the shop, drawing curtains to close out the light. Just two figures now inside. He'll hand over all the things that you wanted in a bag as needed.
Yeah.
You've already paid him for everything.
Sure. I will
Yeah, I think you paid him for
reach into my bag and pull out a bag of like 30 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And hold it in my hand and say, I'm really sorry to hear about your trouble with the guards. These people are a menace. Nothing more than thugs paid for by royal coin. But your work here, my work out there, we're doing all we can to limit their invasiveness, at least on this island, if you know what I mean. Hopefully this should make things right in the meantime, and I'll like throw him the gold.
I appreciate it. And then
Listen,
yeah.
friends are hard to come by out here on the Outer Rim, and I appreciate that you've been a good friend to me and my crew. So I want you to know that I don't. It doesn't go unnoticed.
Well, if you ever come across a soldier by the name of Molly here in town, do you
What does she look like?
ugly face,
Hair?
black and silver hair, about 5'10", 165 pounds. Real mean streak.
Leave it with me. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. I should get
All
back.
right.
I don't want the wife to worry.
Of course. Good night, my friend. And I will head out of the door and make my way back to the rowboat.
Yeah. It'll be very late by the time you get home. But I think that's that. I don't think anything else happens along the way. So the party reconvenes the next day. And what are we going to do, party? We're going to set out?
They've got to do their ritual with...
the ritual.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to initiate John Brophy into the party.
We're only doing Brophy.
Right?
Is that right?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Do you know how the initiation will go, Sale?
What I would like to do is to keep it vague this time and the first time that we did it. But like between this episode and the next time we do it, I will like type up an actual ritual.
Mm-hmm.
But I know vaguely how I want it to go because we did it before. It's I'll wear a gown of seaweed. I will speak some words, eat the flesh of the sea, make them eat either seaweed or crab or whatever animal we happen to have on hand. And then they will be, and the modification I'd like to make is that they will actually be drowned until they're just about to die, and then I'll cast water breathing on them. And then, because that will mimic basically how I was brought into the faith, and then he's brought back up out of the water.
Really good,
yeah. And then I'll formalize this, but that's kind of roughly how I want it to go. And then they'll be told that should they betray me or the drowned one, they won't be able to cross the seas anymore.
Ooh.
Which I think is the threat that I left with the other group as well. Something to that effect. So that's the sort of short version of the ritual.
Right. We can get some words and some ceremonies in a little bit. I do have a couple of questions if you have answers for them right now. You are referring to Rohi as the drowned god, and this is clearly a pseudonym or like a fancy name. How clear do you make it that the god's true name is being withheld?
I probably, during the ritual, I would say something like, the drowned one, his name is unspeakable. He watches us from beneath. He drags us low in our folly. Something like to that effect, or like,
Yeah. Right, so it's
below
clear that there is a secret name, or that this is the name that you can speak by, but the true name cannot be mentioned.
He's like a god of many titles, but no name, is kind of the effect that I would like to go for in this speech.
Okay, all right. So it's not that the name is being withheld; it's that there is no name for this person, this deity. Gotcha.
And then when you go through the ritual, you're also given a carved necklace of sandstone that I cast with a holy symbol. Oh, and the other thing is that there is actually like a check. Rohi does like judge them. I think that's something we did last time. But I think I have influence. I can be like, don't judge this guy too hard. I think that's my in. I would like Brophy to not be judged hard because he might be useful to me later. He's just immediately going to get whipped away. He's gone.
No, Brophy will pass the ritual with ease. He will be on his last breath. You will feel him shudder in your arm as he inhales water, and that's when you can cast the water breathing on him so that the water in his lungs will not drown him. And he will come out from the ritual a new man, a changed man, born again under the flag of the drowned god.
I will embrace him and hug him as a brother of the same faith.
Excellent.
We have to give him the symbol as well. The branding.
Ooh, the branding. Whoa, that one stings a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll brand him with the bastardized Astaire symbol, which is like the triangles are the O's and the O's are the
Is it a circle with 3 triangles? Which is like the inverse.
Excellent. Well, after the ceremony is done, just the wrong track. After the ceremony is done, the party gets together to discuss where to go and what to do. And I think there is a plan in motion. So, what is it?
I would like to talk to the party, and I was thinking upon Rohi's message, and I don't necessarily, having thought of the wording of it, he says he has to not survive the trip to Jamuba. I think that means he can be on Jamuba. He just can't leave alive. So I don't think we have to catch him in the sea.
You think that's right, Sale?
I don't think that's true.
Well, let's not argue with the man about interpreting his holy omens.
If he had said the journey to Jamuba, I would agree. He said trip. That was the wording.
His trip. Sorry, I thought it did journey.
I think a trip implies that you go somewhere and you stay, but a journey is like the bit in between 2 places. I could try for clarification.
No,
well,
I kind of agree.
I spoke to Nightingale. Whatever ship he's traveling on is going to be well guarded. Clerics, wizards, knights. It probably will be easier to kill him on the island. Especially if we can lay some sort of trap for the fiend before he gets there.
Why did you say why he might be going there? Who is he exactly? Is he a...
Seems that he's some sort of diplomat that goes to the islands on the outer rim and brings them into the fold. Sounds like this Jamuba place may be less, less like here and more like Sulphur Island, a little bit more rowdy, less control from the White Prince.
Yeah, if we could find maybe a couple of local people who don't necessarily want to be under the thumb of the White Prince, maybe we could convince them that the best move is to make an attempt on Father Hubert's life.
No peasants are going to be that stupid. Not if he comes with a crew of clerics and wizards.
I mean, have you met the average peasant?
What I understand, Sale, before you got here, you were but an average peasant.
I look at Captain Winters in absolute disgust, and I'll say, my station in life never matched the grandeur that I deserved.
Wow. Well, on that we can agree. Seems that all of us here were dealt kind of a shitty hand. We deserved more, but thanks to your doing and to the doing of our drowned god, we all seem to be achieving quite the station nowadays. But Sale, you need to be sure about this. I'm not going to question your reading of these omens here, but we don't want to fail this mission on a technicality.
It depends. For all we know, he could actually be there now. I think we go to Jamuba and we find out if he arrives before the 14th, then we know to go looking for him. Or
It
then we
seems
know
like
we
this
can.
guy. Sorry, Sal. When he
Go
goes
ahead.
to places, he changes the situation enough to bring islands into the fold, which is why I think that we need to handle him before he gets to Jamoba. My guess would be that this island is so important to your god somehow, and he doesn't want it going into the White Prince's fold all the way.
Maybe there's something there.
Something worth investigating.
Maybe.
Maybe
I think
it's
you should
something
ask
that's
Rohi.
important to the White Prince.
I think you should clarify with Rohi. We don't want to get this wisdom check for saying it. Fuck. One sec.
Perhaps we should travel there first and consult his wisdom once we
we're
arrive.
good. Didn't say it.
Yeah, you start yourself.
Perhaps you should consult your god, because we don't want to fuck this up.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
okay.
should consult him once we get there. That way we show willing.
We could do both.
Okay. Well, you know what's
We're doing
best,
it no
Sal.
matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do an Omen check, and my question is, do I have to kill Hubert at sea or land? That's a 14 on Omen.
I think he rolls it in secret, so you might. Get it.
I will roll. I have rolled it in secret, and today your Omen readings fail.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
We should show some willing. Perhaps he'll be more keen to divulge the details once we've there.
Show who? Sorry.
Perhaps if we ask again once we've arrived, show a bit of willing that we're partaking on the quest, then perhaps he'll be divulge a few more details.
That makes sense. Plus, I think if we get there, if he's already there, then we know we just have to prevent him leaving. If
Yeah.
he's not there, then it gives us an idea that we have to get him before he gets there. I think that gives us information. This is
Great.
a fork in the road. And
Wouldn't it be great if we could somehow make this look like disgrace him in some way? I mean, if we could convince the town to turn against him, something like that.
that would be ideal, where he's ripped
can see
apart
it.
the second he stands on shore.
Yeah.
We'd have to know more to be able to arrange something like that. I think it's time we head to the seas, lads. There's only so much we can work out here. Yapping.
Archie's eyes will light up at those words. He's ready to go out on sea. He wants to feel the waves beneath him again.
I like to see that smile on your face, Archie. It's enough to convince me. All right, let's gather the supplies. Get food and water on the boats. Let's head out. Nilrim. Sail. Make sure you speak to John before we leave. And make sure that he understands what's expected of him.
Which weapon did John want?
Club.
I think that was Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, John did not. John's never really used a weapon before, so he'll take whatever you want to give him. He doesn't have a strong
I'll give him a
preference.
spear. Spear is the
Spearman.
easiest thing to use. They
Yes.
gave spears? It was a weapon to commoner Japanese people because it was so easy to use and so great.
Maybe a spear and a dagger?
Spear is the ultimate weapon for the 250,000 to 300,000 years of humanity. Spear and bow has been the primary weapon. Spears were used all the way up until guns were invented. And what's a pike but just a really long spear? Spears are the weapon of humanity. A pointy stick. So dangerous. So easy to use. Get so much distance between you and your enemy. Spears are the true weapons of war.
I give him a spear and I teach him how to use in the 2d4 one.
Nice. Nice. Spears.
Yeah.
Could I chat to Brophy just kind of briefly? Did he run a pub, was it?
Mm-hmm. It was a restaurant and bar combo. Yeah. Great fish and chips.
I will say to him, well, maybe we could set you up with a restaurant and bar at some point, maybe nearby here, and you could just, gather rumors for us at some point in the future. Something to think about.
Whatever you need from me.
Don't act. Don't act afraid, John. I'll like slap on the shoulder. You're one of us now, and then I'll leave.
Okay. Right. Our party is going to set out. Now we've got a couple questions for you here. As we go along the Outer Rim, we've mentioned time and again, there are a couple ways that you can travel along the Outer Rim. You can go the nice, secure, safe way, which takes a little bit longer of time, where you just go island by island all the way along the Outer Rim, or you can try and cut across a little bit. So if you want to get from over here, you can, the normal way would be to just sail by each island, so that way you can make sure to hit the one that you want. Or you can try and like dip in and cut across the middle. It'll save you time, but if you mess up, then you end up like on the wrong island, or you're not really sure where you are, or in the worst case scenario, you get like pulled inward by the tides too much and you end up at the backside of one of these islands. It's useful when time is of the essence. So how do you guys want to go about this?
I think we need to arrive there pretty early so we can get the lay of the land. So I think that we take the little risk. Nilrum's never failed one of these checks, so.
Yeah, we trust in
How would he
Nilrum's
fail now?
navigation.
Excellent.
And if it's super important, I can give you help with no age, direction, etc. in time.
Would no direction help at all with this roll?
No, not really. No direction might not. It's more about being able to judge your appropriate distance. Okay.
Okay.
So normally it would take us about, you could normally do 2 islands a day, 3 islands, 2 islands a day in your ship. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would normally take you 9 days. If you want to cut the middle, you can probably bring that down to 7 days, maybe 6 if you do really, really well. So give me... Oh, you already made the navigation check, didn't you?
25.
Yeah, not a problem. Lost our boat token. Anyway, our crew will arrive over here near Jamuba. Or, actually, hold on. I have to make the encounter rolls for the Midland, the area in which you sail.
I told Wiley to make the accountant suffer more, by the way.
Nice. 7 days is 7 checks. Ooh. First day. Can I get a D4 from you, Navigator?
You want to
And can I get a D4 from PotatoMcWhiskey?
Oop.
Nice work, guys.
The first day you set out
good.
is nasty, terrible rain. You lose any real good sight of where you're headed. The waves are high. The water, the rain that comes down blankets your view. Everyone is cold and shivering. Luckily, you don't have any valuables that can't get wet. Your ship is in more or less good condition, but I'm going to need a seamanship check from
Archie?
Archie's drumming. The captain is sailing. You're navigating. Sail. You're the third. You're the fourth member. You're like the lookout. I'm gonna need a ship check for you as you maintain the ship in the storm. Not a problem. You can keep going, and I'll need another navigation check from Mr. Well, hold on, not yet. Second day goes without a hitch. Third day goes without a hitch. Fourth day, no problem. Fifth day is a problem. Mr. Moon, give me another D4.
So I want high.
2.
Halfway.
And Archie, can you roll me a D3?
A D3.
That's concerning.
Oh, wait. Fuck. I messed up the UI. Hold on.
Wait, why?
I don't know. The fact it's changed just makes me nervous. It didn't change last time. Yeah, you reckon?
Well, well, well. What an unusual roll.
Look at his stupid face.
It's probably gonna be a dumb owl or some shit.
It's springtime anyway, isn't it?
Could be.
Very
There's
soon
no
to break
cliffhanger
time.
yet.
You are sailing through the middle of the oceans on this day. It's a nice day. There's wind in the air. You know, it's at your backs. Everything's going sort of... You're going forward. You're making some great progress. And you've mentioned before, you bought some or stole some fishing rods so that you can do a little bit of fishing so you don't have to just eat like cold, dry rations all the time. Who's the fisherman of the party?
Probably Sail.
Sail, buddy.
Yeah, I'm reeling them in.
You pull up a fish today. And as you're taking the fish off the hook, it speaks. Oi! Wait! Let me go! Let me go! And I need you to roll me a d3.
Oh.
3. You gotta let me
That's
go!
good, right?
I assume I'm like holding the fish. I'm
You're
like,
holding the fish in your hand.
the fish is speaking. What?
Can I get a hotness check for the fish, please?
Is the fish hot?
You know, as far as fish go, it's pretty average. It's kind of
Alright.
scaly. You know, it's got the big
It's a
lips.
fish.
Visible
How
teeth in the
badly?
mouth, you know.
No teeth.
How
It's not one of
badly
those.
would I kiss this fish?
You don't. Well, I don't know. Don't let me decide what your kinks are.
I guess I'm really perturbed by the talking fish. I'm kind of just holding it and being like, it's a talking fish.
The ship's not that big. Other people in the ship are noticing what's going on.
So what the fuck do you have there? Is that another one of your god's minions?
I'm no minion. Let me go.
It's a
This guy's
talking
talking
fish.
to sand. He's talking to fish. He's losing his mind, John. Let's throw him overboard.
How are you talking?
I will
Finally snapped.
I will jealously grab the fish to my chest. It's like if John gets a monkey, I get a fish.
No, I'm not yours.
Whose are you?
I'm not talking to you.
Wait, are you talking to it now, Nillarum? I say from like the bridge or something.
Well, yeah. Can you not hear it?
I can't hear it here. What, a fish?
Sail,
Yeah,
ask him
flopping
who
around.
he is.
It's like, who are you? Why can't you talk? You're a fish.
I don't understand the question. Look, let me go, or I'll bring a terrible curse on you. Let me go, and I'll grant you a wish.
Ooh.
Let him go.
Ooh. Hang on. What kind of wish?
You're the one asking.
Well, what can you do? Like, you're speaking fish. How powerful are you?
Fish looks at you with one of the eyes on the side of its face. It stares directly at you and goes, "So powerful."
I'll dunk him in the water so he doesn't dry out, so he can breathe a little, and then continue talking to him. I'm like, hang on a minute. Strike me down.
You wish to be stricken down?
Strike me down.
That is your wish.
I don't
You
think
have
you
to
can
say
do
it.
it. Well, no. You said you're powerful. You should be able to strike me down.
I'm granting
think
you
you-
one wish. Ask for it. Wish it, and it must be so.
Any wish
I-
that we want.
I wish that each of us gets a
Normal
wish.
stream.
Oh, you're a fancy man. You're gonna try and make one wish into 4 wishes, huh? Well, you're not Jesus. You can't do that.
Okay.
Normal scream out. I
Wait,
wish Chris
who?
was teleported to the fountain
Wait.
of youth.
He's not who?
You didn't catch me,
Ah.
mage man. I'm not yours.
Normal plea with Sail. Tell him to teleport us to the fountain of youth.
I'm like holding the fish. It's like, but I want to keep him. I don't think
If you
he's
keep
that
me,
magical.
I will lay a curse upon you that will last a lifetime. You
So
will
I'm already
hate it.
cursed.
Oh,
This is all I've ever wanted.
you've
Sail.
never heard of curses before.
I will say, okay, teleport me to the fountain. No, teleport us to the fountain of youth,
Are you sure?
and I'll let you go.
Are you sure that's your wish? Do you know where the fountain
Wait.
of youth is?
Wait,
Are you sure
what
that's
if
a good
it's somewhere
idea?
dangerous? Yeah, that's a good call.
No, it's
actually.
probably good. Don't worry about it. It's definitely not at the bottom of the ocean. Just say the words. Just say the words. You just gotta say the whole thing.
How do I phrase it?
I
Ask
wish
him to-
Wait.
something.
Wait,
Just
Can I
say I
store
wish
my
to be
wish for
teleported to
later?
the fountain of youth.
You can't save it for later. You gotta let me go. Or
I'll
curse
dunk him
you.
in the water again. It's just like, hang on, I gotta think. I'm under pressure here. I don't know what to say. Listen.
Wish for a ring of wishes. Or a wish scroll.
Wish for a wish scroll.
Just wish for an unused wish scroll to appear in your hand.
Tell him I come down. What are you guys doing? You say you really believe this fish is going to grant you a wish. Let's hear it talk.
About to see.
Archie can't take it anymore. He's just gonna scream out, "I wish my fists were double as strong."
Not talking to you either. Only the man who caught me gets the wish. Be better hurry up. Otherwise, I'm just gonna lay the curse on you. I don't like being above the sea.
I don't know what to wish for.
Wish for my fists to be double as strong. Wish my fists fail.
Ask it for the destruction of the White Prince.
I wish for you to destroy the White Prince, and then I throw him back in the water.
The fish splashes into the water, and we'll see you on the other side of the break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. The fish splashes in the water and swims away. I need you to roll me a 1d20 Potato McWhiskey.
One go, 20.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
Alrighty,
my prediction is we're gonna kill the White Prince in like a year, and this fish is gonna reappear and be like, "I gave you your wish."
What a troll fish. That was day 5 of your journey. Day 6.
Damn.
Day 7. All right. Give me one more navigation check, MrMouton. That rainstorm sort of threw you off of your course a little bit. Can you re-find your way after
This
the
is my
rainstorm?
third one? Oh, no, it's only my second. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not a problem. Our party will make their way all the way to Jamuba. You will come round the coast over here. You will see the large mountains that protect the small harbor from harm. You will see that there is a forest between the mountains and the harbor, not the harbor, but the bay itself. And you'll see a large paddock out near. You'll see huge herds of cattle roaming around, a small, gentle little village tucked away within this area, a few little docks sticking out into the water, a castle or a tower on a hill at the back of the town with the flag of the White Prince waved up high on it. But looking into the town, you'll see no Inquisitor. You see only one soldier of the White Prince standing around near the docks, but they're standing like they're with a spear and a flag. And you get the distinct impression that this person looks more like a ceremonial guard, like holding the flag of the White Prince, than someone who's actually enforcing anything, as people mill about and go about their daily life beyond the reach of the soldier.
Big ships in the harbor?
There are ships in the harbor. There are no large ships right now. They look like little merchant vessels that go back and forth. Medium-sized cargo ships, or a medium-sized cargo ship is the largest ship that you see here.
Right. So there's no clipper with the White Prince's flag like what Lady Nightingale would have expected. Okay.
Yep.
So, as we carouse past the dock, I'll say, well, maybe we should do it once around the island just to see if there's anything else on the coast. But if not, that forest we passed just back there should be a good place for us to pull in, Norm cast his spell, and we can make our way to the town from there.
Let's do it.
Great. You will come round to the backside of the island, but I'm going to need Captain Winters, who is sailing the ship, to make me a seamanship check. The waters on the back of Jamuba are dangerous and rough, and they are difficult to pull your ship through.
Well, if there's anyone we can rely on to pass this check, it's me.
Natural 1.
But I need to refresh roll 20. My character sheet won't open. 2 secs.
Makes sense. Reset the seed,
Yeah, exactly that. All right, seamanship, you ready? It's a 13.
Yep. Yeah, you find it a little bit tough going past these islands on the backside over here. The waters are odd, I shouldn't say odd, but the positioning of the land and the island causes like a really tight, tough flow, and you need to find a way to get in and out of this without getting smashed aside the rocks. However, you know what you're doing here. You've been a captain for a long time, and you can arrange your ship to go past and around and through these canals and do a whole circling of the island. This right here is the only town on the coast you see. Much of the top side of the island is covered in forest. There are some mountains that come back down the backside. Let's just do a quick, there's a mountain range over here. There's some woods along this side over there that you can see. Zoom out so see what's happening. And then this land on the southern side is not quite it's more like grasslands or prairie that you see back over here.
Okay, so there's nothing else obvious.
Nothing that looks like any other cities or things of interest. You will notice there is a small, not a mountain range, but there is a mountain out towards the middle a little bit, like a peak.
Cool. Well, like I said, I think we try and, on the way back around, land in that forest, and we'll cast the spell and make our way into town from there. Does the town look big enough that we're not going to be immediately recognized as being not from the island and we didn't come on a ship?
No, any one of these places on the outer ring like this, you'll probably be recognized. The town looks kind of smallish. Population of this is maybe 1,000, 2,000, a couple thousand. But each island will have a distinct enough accent that you'll be pretty quickly recognized as an outsider.
No, but I mean, like, because if new people turn up into town, but there's no new ships been docked, then that's suspicious.
Well, so how do you want to say? Ships show up. You might be a person who got off a ship. There's very little way of telling who got off of what ship unless you...
Yeah.
Unless you're talking to someone who is dealing with the crew and passengers of a ship.
All right, cool.
If it's a small town, a ship landing might be news. Like, a clipper landed today and there was 20 people on board.
Yeah, and so if someone asks, you might want to, pass yourself off as belonging to one of the ships in the harbor. And if you stay long enough that all the ships in the harbor have come and gone, and then you disappear when a ship hasn't come or gone, then maybe it'll be surprising.
So the smart thing to do is to wait for another ship and then land, but I'm not sure we can be bothered doing that.
Well,
and if there's one guard, then who gives a fuck?
I mean, how do we just brazenly want to land on the dock? Like
I said, I think the alternative is to wait for a bigger ship to come and then land and go in and play ourselves off like we came from that ship, but we could be waiting here for days, weeks.
What does it matter? Nobody's gonna ask.
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter. Let's all right, let's pull over ashore. I'll divert the wheel towards the shore where the forest is.
All right. You can find a soft spot of sand on the shore, pull the ship up, put it in its bottle, hoist the bottle, and head into town. Let's see what time of day it is when we arrive.
By the way, Archie, I think you should be on full health by now.
Mm-hmm.
Am I not? Oh, shit.
It is 5 hours after sunup, which puts us, it is cold
midday
time. Yeah. 7 days. It is January 12th. Sun rises at 7:22 a.m., so it is noon 30 when you make it in.
All right. What do these forests look like? Dense? Comfortable to walk through? Dangerous?
The forest here is unmanaged. It has lots of underbrush, plenty of little critters scurrying about within it. It doesn't look particularly dangerous, but any large predators don't really reveal themselves. Predators tend to hide until they need to strike. So the woods are traversable, but it'll be a slow picking of your way through the woods, because you're going to want to cut through the woods instead of taking the many mile route around. It would be twice as fast to cut through the woods.
Yep. Which I think is what we do.
Yeah.
We have to do the ship thing first, so here's a D5, I think, one for how long it takes us to unload it.
Right, it's gonna take hours to unload. Oh,
Took an hour.
Nice.
Not today. It didn't.
Nice work.
Nice.
And no
So-
one puts it in a bottle.
Are the drums shrunk with the ship, or do we have
No.
to take them off? Okay.
They're on
so
Archie's bag.
Archie's
Mhm.
carrying them.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
since you took everything off the ship, it's all sitting here in the woods. So if you want to load and launch the ship, it should be done from that same spot where all your gear is.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
We hide our food and water there.
Or
somewhere.
you could just like leave and then come back if anything
Right.
crazy happens.
Excellent.
Okay. I will chart a path through the woods for us, hacking away at the foliage with my sort of largish knife.
Mm-hmm. You make your way to the river on the other side, and then it's just a short swim or something across the river to town. You don't see a bridge, but you do see some boats docked, pulled up on the river on small little docks, like 15 feet long. Like someone's got their own rowboat next to their house. It is farmland alongside the river. It looks like this river might occasionally flood and rise up and feed the farmland and then retract again or something like that. Looks like one of these tidal rivers.
All right, so before we cross the river then, I'm going to say to the group, okay, so once we swim across here, we're going to be in town pretty shortly. So what's the plan here? Should we find an inn, set ourselves up, spend a night drinking, listening to the words in the tavern, come up with a better plan once we're there? Okay, well, it does hurt me to have to say to all three of you at this point, so late into our adventures. But please, don't say the name of our group. Remember your aliases. And don't brag about killing anyone or, ousting the White Prince. Nilrim, don't say the name of the god. Okay, everyone, we all understand each other. That we have to be...
Barchi, right?
He's Barchi.
I think I'm Barchi. I'm confused now, Captain. Can we go over the names again?
Yes, okay. Me, your glorious captain, is Captain Waterford, okay? I'm a merchant.
Waterford.
You can't be Captain Waterford anymore.
Why not?
Didn't he get killed by the White Prince, right? Didn't he do that whole thing? Or no, that was Starbuck. Sorry.
Starbuck, yeah. I'm Captain Waterford. I'm a merchant from Flotsam Isle.
Okay.
You're Merlin. You're Barchi. And I do think that the two of you could maybe work on your aliases slightly, because this doesn't take a genius to put two and two together there. And Sail, you're Darrow, okay? We all understand that. We're not going to mention who we really are, what we're doing here. We're going to lay low. We're going to make friends with the locals. We're going to find out as much information as we can. Right?
Got it.
Oh,
Okay.
so killing noble ladies in bathrooms, is that a yes or a maybe?
That's a no. I forgot about that one.
That's a no. What about if there's a gnome in an alleyway and he recognizes us?
Is it a rock gnome or a deep gnome?
It's a rhyming gnome.
Oh, then no, you can do what you like with that.
Okay.
What about an old man who's going to stumble upon our plans?
Oh, we
Cool
killed
to
him.
kill him?
No, just try and confuse him.
Okay, well, too late on that one. We already killed him.
Oh, well, any future old men who are confused and allies.
I'm actually not
Okay.
sure if you told us that you killed that lady. I might have metagamed there.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Yeah, I just forgot. My bad.
I give Archie a wink.
So we're all in agreement, yes? Because I don't want to have to beat the shit out of any of you, Archie excluded. If things go wrong again.
Shit out of any of us. You're the one who's always getting knocked out every fight.
Yeah, perhaps, because I'm actually fighting though. I'm not sitting around in the back playing with books.
I'll slap John on the shoulder and say, "It's okay, sleepy winners. You take a nap the next fight. Don't worry."
Just a sleepy guy.
Hair's almost regrown. Look at that.
Okay,
That
the
means
three of
it's
you
been
can
a
get
while.
away with this just this one time, okay? Because I'm in a good mood. Now, clothes
Here, do
off.
you need one of
get to
these? Or
swimming.
pull out a healing salve and he'll hold it in his hand. You sure? You sure?
You hear
You're
a
going
voice
across fast, Nilrim.
from across the river. Hello there! And there is a farmer of some kind standing at the edge of one of
Man?
the docks, sort of waving in your direction. It is a man. It is an old
they
man.
Hotness check.
It's finally happening.
How old is he?
The old man's hotness is 12.
He's a good-looking old man.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking well.
Mm-hmm.
All that sheep's milk.
Gives you a big wave with both his arms. Hello there! Are you trapped?
I give a deep sigh and roll my eyes and turn around with a smile to the old man and say, "Hey there! We were picking herbs in the forest, but our rowboat got untied and sailed down the river. I don't suppose you could get us across?"
Hops in his boat, rows it across as best as he can. He comes a little bit down the tide, or down the river with the current. You can meet up with him, and he pulls his boat up shore, waves at you and says, "Why, hello there. They call me Windy. Well, what are you doing on this side? Picking herbs? Don't you know this forest is dangerous?"
Thank Esther that you're here, Windy. Yes, well, we did not know it was so dangerous. We've merely just about escaped with our lives, and let me tell you, I'm glad to see you. My name's Captain Waterford. This is my merry crew here, Neil, Merlin, Barchi, and Darrow.
Pleasure to meet you. You must be on one of the ships in the harbor.
That's right, that's right. Say, I know that it's a bit of an inconvenience for you. I'm sure a few silver coins would make things right if you could get us back to the other side.
Of course. I mean, no payment necessary. Around here, small village like this, far away from everything else, if we don't stick together, we'll all fall apart.
Well, I understand that, Windy, but, you know, we don't pay taxes here. We're from somewhere completely different, so I would like to contribute if it's possible.
Well, what a good young lad. Why can't my son be more like you? You know, and he, like, helps you guys get into the boat while he tells you about the troubles of his son and how ungrateful he is and how Windy's worked so hard on this farm to make a good life, and the son doesn't want to be a farmer like his father. His son wants to go off and join the White Prince's army and see the world and sail everything, and it's just really disturbing. You know, my poor son, he's been lulled in by the promises of seeing the world and meeting interesting people. He doesn't realize that his place is here. No, he's a dumbass. No smart man would willingly join the White Prince's army. Not when you can stay home with your family. I think he's just eager to get out of the house. He doesn't realize that it means death out there. That life is hard. He's had it so good. He wants it rough. You know what I mean?
I understand. Well, you know, we've seen our fair share of troubles out on the open seas. Perhaps if you'd be in a local watering hole one evening, we could talk to your son, maybe give him a dose of reality.
Would that you could. Well, if you come across my son, Wolfie, you'll give him a good talking to, would you?
Of course, of course. I will give this man 3 silver coins once we get to the other side.
Yeah. He drops you off next to his farm. He shows you where the path is towards town and goes back to his farming activities.
And make out we already know the path to town.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. We walk into town. Well handled there, chaps. Didn't kill the guy. Didn't even slap him or anything. Didn't insult him. Come a long way.
I thought about it.
I know you did, Sail. I could see it.
I really wanted a magic missile him, Captain.
I know you did. I was ready.
I did my best.
I was gonna slap the shit out of you the second you went for that component pouch of yours.
This is hard.
It's okay. Get a few beers in you, and I'm sure. Well, actually, try to see it.
We get into problems.
That is true, but this is the first night amongst many to come where you're all going to stay nice and calm.
Okay.
Which night am I allowed not be calm?
The night that
Last night.
Brody arrives.
Okay.
You come on into town, and away from the little village over there, the little farm area, town's a bit more hustling and bustling. More stuff is going on. People move to and fro. But what really draws your eye is a group of people near the base of the hill where that tower is at the back, all sort of gathered together and talking amongst themselves. There's some sort of like soapbox set up with a person standing above it, you know, motioning with their hand. It's far enough away that you can't actually hear what's going on. It's maybe 4,000 feet from you or something like that, 2,000 feet from you, but close enough that you can see that there's some sort of disturbance happening. The rest of town is going about their normal duties. People are hauling in food from inside the town. There's animals being traded, little goods everywhere, a small market where ships can unload their goods and trade them with the people here, barrels of water and food being loaded onto the ships. The usual stuff you would expect.
Right. Let's try and find an inn and slip in unseen so it looks like we've been here for a while. Not
Kill
unseen,
everybody in the
but
end,
quietly.
so that no one will know that we're there. Good, Captain.
I give him a look that says, I know you're trolling me, and I'm not going to engage with it.
You make your way to one of the inns here. The inn is called Isle de Buba.
The Island of Boobs.
It's my kind of island.
That's my kind of island too. We've come to the right place here, lads. Right, let's go in. I will go in and have a little talk with the innkeeper and see if we can't get 4 rooms, or failing that 2 rooms, and keep it on the DL so it doesn't look like we're just arriving, you know, to everyone else.
Okay. You got a couple of rooms. You're hanging out in the common room.
Okay, well, my goal is to buy everyone a round of drinks. Let's just sit in, soak in the atmosphere, listen to rumors. I'm sure if Hubert's already here, somebody will be talking about it, or we might hear about what's going on in the keep or whatever else. So let's just ingratiate ourselves with the locals.
And
We're gonna have a boring night.
just a boring night.
To tell you. Yeah, because we can't kill anybody or do anything fun because Captain Winters is a killjoy. So the crew has a boring night.
There has to be something we can do.
I mean, we can't kill anybody, so what else would we be doing?
Archie's gonna ask Nilorum to teach him how to play cards.
Oh, yeah. We'll play poker all night.
Swindle
Right?
the
You
town
guys
of
just
their money.
hang out. You
We
play
play
some
for real money.
cards. You trying to draw attention to yourselves? You trying to keep a low profile?
I think we want
I
to,
think.
you know, what I want to do is, like, the current batch of people that are in here will stay quiet while they're here. But once I feel like the room's cycled, you know, and all the people that are in here now, we were already there before them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe then we'll have had a few drinks, we'll loosen up a bit, maybe invite someone to come and play with us. I'll go to the bar and, like, chat to, if anyone looks like a merchant or vaguely important, I'll have a chat with them at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to spend the night trying to find out what we can about what's going on in town, what are people talking about, etc.
Nilorum gets a high stakes poker game going. And he's gonna count cards.
All right.
How do you count cards
It's hard to
in poker?
get a truly high stakes game going because the people here are pretty poor. For them, the high stakes game is like a 2 copper low bid and a 4 copper high bid, or what do you call it? The ante, low ante and high ante. There's a term.
They're not
Blinds.
allowed in.
Blinds.
We're
Blinds.
doing at least a gold.
No,
A
no one
blind.
has that money.
Well, good. Stay out of the game then.
Well, I'm not going to play cards with you, you're a cheat.
Captain Winters, I've never cheated.
I never play cards with you. It's the only reason.
Let's just play. It's not a big deal.
Fine, but
I
if I
wouldn't cheat
see
a
your,
crewmate.
if I see that little brain of yours working overtime trying to count the cards, I want to know about it.
I promise on my honor, as a pirate, I will not count cards against you.
He says, as a pirate, I look around to see if anyone heard this.
He was probably pretty loud. Not like screaming, but definitely not concealing it in a whisper.
Well, a 13 is good enough for someone to maybe notice you. Let's just do a quick 3d6 over here. Yeah, someone kind of like turns their head in your direction and just gives a glance. But
I'll laugh.
that sort of
really
word,
loudly.
that sort of phrase in among itself isn't enough to really, if you're at a bar and someone says, I'm going to fucking kill you, you might like glance over. But if everything sort of chills out, you're not going to pay too much attention. But you might recognize that face a few minutes later.
I'll laugh loudly and say, the only thing you pirate is the affections of old crones.
Neural will divvy out the cards.
All right.
We'll just all put in 10 gold for the whole night and then roll a d20 and whoever has the highest wins.
That sounds great.
Sure.
Everyone roll me a d20, and if you lose, we'll subtract 10 gold from your character sheet. Oh my god.
Come
all right, you can
on.
stop rolling.
What are you going to do?
Bullshit.
You can stop rolling.
He,
What are you going to do,
He's
man?
cheating.
He didn't even
cheating.
I'm gonna roll a 20
He's obviously
as well. Watch
cheating.
this.
Captain, on my honor, I did not even count cards. I'm blessed by Jexel tonight. I swear.
Give me my fucking gold back, Norum. I take my 10 gold
He'll
back.
give the gold back, I guess. He feels so bad that he mopped it up so easily.
Every single hand, you've just got the nuts. Unbelievable.
Is that a
Hands
phrase?
the gold back. Yeah.
Every
in
hand you've
poker,
got the nuts?
It's the best possible hand.
Yeah.
If you've got the nuts in your hand, you know no one else can possibly have a better hand than you.
Yeah, so you can do some crazy shit.
Okay.
I mean, having nuts in your hand is kind of in Muton's family, so.
Oh, God.
And there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Oh, he's got him with a reverse. So. Nice. Okay. Yeah, personally, I at least make an effort to try and listen into conversations and overhear what's going on. If I hear anyone talking in thieves' cant, Neil, you let me know about that as well.
Yeah, you don't hear any of that shit going on.
Yeah. Okay.
No, after a few drinks, he'll stand up and he'll just ask, are there any smart children in the bar? Or any smart people?
You just asked that to the bar?
Yeah, he's a little drunk.
You just ask if there's children.
I'll give you 5 gold for an IQ test. You just come over here.
Grab him by the shoulders and sit him down. Ignore my friend. He's one bit too much gold at cards and now fancies himself an investor.
People sit down, you know, they don't pay too much attention. Some new people in town are being a little drunk. They're saying weird things. They're standing up loud. The night continues to pass until it gets pretty dark. And that's when the trouble starts. A group of people come on in. Youngish men and women alike. And it's like a large group, maybe 25, 30 folks all come in together. And they order a couple of pitchers, and immediately the discussion gets heated. You can overhear this conversation about, like, it seems to be sort of like a continuing rally of what was happening earlier outside. Someone is saying, and what has the White Prince ever done for us? Sure, 30 years ago, when there were trouble in the woods, we had some troops from them. They helped us out, but now what? Now we're having to pay taxes? Now we're having to listen to these damn sermons? Now we have their flags and their soldiers marching around our town trying to tell us what to do? And the crowd will cheer in response to that. Are we really going to stand for this? We don't want the White Prince. Sure, maybe our grandparents wanted them around. Maybe when times were harder and the White Prince was a better ruler and a better man, we could have used those folks. But now, here today, why should we tolerate their presence here? Why should we tolerate these folks? And there's a bit of a cheer. Someone else gets up to make some sort of anti-White Prince.
I encourage us to cheer along with the crowd at the appropriate points.
Okay.
Yeah, we
someone
join in
else
the cheer.
gets up to make another comment about how this is not something that they want here. They harp on the fact that so much money has gone into the maintenance of this tower. The tower was supposed to be a short project. But time again, there were delays, there were cost overruns, and who bared the burden of those cost overruns? We, the people of Jamuba, bore the cost of those overruns. It's the White Prince's tower. He should be paying for it, not us. And with this, there's another rallying cry again.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I shout using... Wait, do I have ventriloquism on this character? Or is that a different one? Oh, no, I don't. But I think at the heat of the cheer, I'll shout, like, as it's sort of fading down, like, fuck the White Prince.
Yeah, there's a couple of like ho-hos coming from that group. The rest of the bar that's not engaged with this kind of looks over in your direction, looks over in their direction. This group of 25 to 30 people seem very interested in this topic, and everyone else in the bar is like just keeping their heads low. They're here for a quiet night or for a regular, Sunday afternoon drink, and these youths are causing a disturbance.
Normal ask loudly, I guess, to the youths if they've ever heard of the Krob Strait Rebellion.
Yeah, you go over to the youths and ask them about that?
Well, I think
No.
I'll send the crew over to go and talk to them. I'll go and buy everyone a round of drinks.
Yeah.
Captain, we found our revolutionaries.
He'll go over there and he'll ask him.
Mm-hmm. You walk up to the
yeah,
group. They're in the middle of this thing. You know, there's someone up there speaking loudly and proudly and giving orders, or not giving orders, but I'm giving a speech, and other people are applauding. So how do you break into the group? How do you break into this sort of chaos?
He'll just scream over him.
You show up and you yell over the person who's like rallying the people around.
Yeah, he'll
What
yell out, "Have you ever heard of the rebellion of Krob Strait against the White Prince?" Well, that's the main guy, I guess.
And the group sort of falls quiet. He looks over at you and goes, "You there, identify yourself. Who are you?"
And then he thinks for a second, does a wisdom check because he's probably pretty fucking drunk. Passes it. I'm Merlin. I'm on Captain Waterford's ship.
I've never heard of you, Merlin. You don't sound like a local. I don't think our
That's right.
problems here concern you.
Well, I'm actually from an inner island originally.
Oh,
Have you ever heard
and he stands back and crosses their arms.
You ever heard of Rangoon?
Of course we have. Everyone knows about the people of Rangoon and Halfport Bay and how our tax monies go to support their lifestyles and activities. And their will gets imposed upon us.
For the other islands of the inner, that would be true. But Rangoon, it was always a bastion of... It's always the last bastion of hope against the White Prince in the inner islands.
They must have been gone from home for a long time now, because that ain't the truth no more.
Been gone since I was 8 or 9, I think. I've been traveling the outer islands, and I've seen a lot. And I'll tell you that not every island wants to fall under the White Prince, just like you guys don't. There was a rebellion in Krob Strait, where the goblins... Now,
Goblins?
No, they're not like us, but they were being impugned by the White Prince for many years. They rebelled and got their island back. And I can tell you that on another island, there are humans just like us who haven't forgotten what happened.
There's some mutterings of discontentment, furrowed brows look back and forth between each other. You seem to have hit a nerve here with this mention of goblins. The muttering kind of turns into each other, and the person hops down off their soapbox and walks over to you and goes, "Are you a goblin loyalist? Do you sympathize with the little green creatures? Let me tell you here in Jamuba, we've had problems with goblins. That's how the White Prince got his hold here to begin with. He deployed troops to our woods to protect us from the goblin threats. That's how he brought himself here. Once they were sufficiently dealt with, he's stayed ever since. Got his toehold in and gripped real hard."
Even a creature as dumb as a goblin, my whole point is, can see that the White Prince isn't the way. So more humans like us should realize that and get him off our fucking islands.
Well, you might be a little bit weird, but your heart's in the right place, I think. He reaches out a hand to shake it.
I'll shake it. What's your name? Cup.
As this is happening, I'll be coming back from the bar with beer for everyone, handing them round to this group.
My name's Robert.
You mean the long form of Bobby?
That's what they used to call me when I was a kid?
Call me Little Bobby. Now they call me Average
Not many
Robert.
of you, not many of you little Bobbies grow up to make it all the way, so I'm proud of you. Well, Robert, I can tell you that Jamuba doesn't stand alone. There are other islands who lay in wait and are tired of the tyranny of the White Prince. If you've ever heard of Sulphur Island, I can tell you that there are still people there who feel his wrath to this day.
Everyone knows the legend of Sulphur Island. Good people slaughtered to the very last man.
You know what they were slaughtered by? There wasn't no man that slaughtered Sulphur Island, but the dead raised to fight again. I've seen it with my own eyes.
There's dark nods throughout the area. People know what you're talking about, and they're not happy about it.
The Oathsworn,
Someone speaks up and says, "There's no Oathsworn here, though. Jamuba's free. the threat of the undead?
Well, let me tell
Someone
you a
else
story.
speaks up and says,
Are you
"That's not
sure?"
true. They bring them on ships, whole ships filled with them. They could attack at any moment." This is not coming from this group. It's coming from down the bar. You kids, if you bring the White Prince's wrath on us, the same thing that happened to Sulphur Island will happen here. Just leave it be. The White Prince barely has a toehold here. We don't want to make trouble. We don't want to end up like the people of Sulphur Island.
But now, you just gotta ask for more, though.
How
You
much
won't
will
be
you
left
give
alone.
him until you stand against him? You don't have to be in rebellion, but you can refuse his domain.
You already give him your children. I'm sure that the Inquisitor comes out even to here and takes them away.
How many of you have lost children to the White Prince, ripped from the cradle?
Group of the youth raise hands, and a couple people say, "My brother, my sister," blah 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 blah. One or two people from down the way raise a hand as well. With just the maybe 50 people in this tavern right now, there are a total of like 10 hands in the air.
Oh.
1 in 5 has lost someone to the White Prince, seemingly.
They tried to take me, being the most brilliant child to ever live. He ruffles his head. My parents sent me away. They sent me to Arcadia. And I'm coming back to see what it's like, I guess, in my homeland.
The person who was speaking earlier, Robert, who had kind of slipped back into the crowd, steps back out and says, "What do you mean tried to take you? You lived? You don't look like a man of the White Prince. You don't see any holy symbols around your neck. There's no tattoos on your hand. What happens? What happens when they take you?"
They took me onto a ship for questioning. For some reason, they let me go back home that night. They were making a decision because I think I picked the wrong god in the questionnaire. And my parents that night sent me out with my uncle, who was an unscrupulous type, and he took me to Arcadia. From there, I studied for a few years, and well, here I am, back.
We just want to make a difference.
You can see there's some people at the back of the tavern who are getting a little fed up with it. And they quickly and quietly get up from their table, leave some coins on it, and walk out the back door.
Every town has cowards.
After they leave, no one will speak up. We've seen Sulphur Island, and I can tell you that they didn't kill everybody there. There's still a rebellion, and they're in waiting. They are looking for more islands to join.
Says someone. Another person with an accent not from this island who speaks up. "I have sailed past Sulphur Island a dozen times. There ain't nothing that lives there. Only the corpses."
We'll pull out the Kaiser family book, and we'll place it on the table in front of that guy. You should know the family if you've heard of Sulphur Island. This is proof I've been there.
There are some low murmurs. Quickly, the crowd gathers round to look at the book. They see the crest of the family. Most people don't recognize it, but someone does. Someone says, "That's it. That's the Kaiser family."
I'll flip through the book, and I will. I think this is a book about the whole family, so it should have like the lineage of like who survived or like who was there. And I'll point to the daughter because we know that she survived. And I'll point her name out and be like, "She's the one who kept the island afloat." It still goes in hidden ruins to this day.
Archie, can you make me a charisma check at disadvantage at this point in time?
Absolutely, Koibu.
Roll it again. We want the
And we want the lower one, yeah.
lower one. Okay. No one quite recognizes the Crimson Fist, but you do get a couple of people looking at you twice, and kind of gazing you up and down. But it passes
checking
quickly.
out my muscles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Captain, I'll like sidle over to John and be like, "Captain, maybe we're drawing a little bit too much attention. Maybe we should discuss this privately with these boys."
Perhaps, yeah.
How did you
Let me
get
see
on
if I
the
can have
island?
a word with the. I'm going to speak to the bartender.
How'd you get past the undead?
Normal kind of whisper, I guess, to the group now. It seems like the reason Norman brought this up is it seemed like the people who didn't want to hear about it have kind of fucked off and left. So it's probably people with open minds or the people who've already had their mind like decided. So he'll explain to them, I guess, like the way that they got in. He won't explain how to find them, but he will explain like the path in, which is the river to the middle.
Mm-hmm. Would you roll me for 1d20 plus 3d6, Nilrum, and roll low. For your own sake, roll low. Okay, 12. Okay. You're good. You're good.
It doesn't have to be right now, but I just want to have a conversation with the bartender or the innkeeper or whatever.
I think now is the appropriate time. While Nilrum is talking with them about these things, you can get over to the bartender, who is a portly woman, huge belly, huge rounded face, apron up to the clavicle, kind of covered with greasy stains. She's placing a plate of fried chicken in front of one person and a couple of mugs of ale in front of the others. And then as you approach the bar, she leans over and goes, "Now listen here. This is a place welcome for all. You outsiders we don't need any help stirring up trouble. Y'all are causing some problems here."
I was going to ask you if we were causing issues for you. You don't share our concerns?
I'm a businesswoman, and politics is always bad for business.
I was going to suggest, perhaps, in the interest of making new friends, if we couldn't have a lock-in tonight, I'd be happy to pay you for the convenience.
What's a lock-in?
Well, you shut the doors and everyone in here stay as much as they like. We can have our discussions in private without fear of anyone else interrupting. And in the morning, you walk away 10 gold richer, plus the cost of all the drinks that our friends here are buying.
Well, Nick. The woman is clearly trying to stay away from politics, but you're trying to bribe her into allowing you guys to use her bar as a political hub. I'm going to need a charisma check from you to convince her that this is in her best interest.
29.
You know, politics aside, she's a businesswoman. She's here to make some money. All right, we can do this thing, but I'm not involved. I ain't supporting the White Prince, and I ain't supporting any sort of rebellious or seditious activity. You ain't here to hold a political rally. You're just here to drink all night.
I understand that.
Takes your money. Actually, she asked for the 10 gold up front.
Yeah, well, I'll give her 20 and ask her to keep the drinks coming.
Okay. And then she will go around and begin to shut the doors and then go quietly from table to table and let people know that things are getting a little out of hand. If they don't want to be part of this, that they should go right now. And she's going to try and quiet down the bar for the rest of the night. And uses polite excuses to get people to leave. Soon, it's just the four of you, the group of 25 to 30 young folks, and maybe 8 others who are going to stick around and see what's going on.
Right. I'd let Nilrim or Sale or Archie go back to telling their stories about whatever, and I will drink it in for a minute.
What was your story about how you got onto the island again, Nilrim? I've forgotten.
On a ship, nobody's really asked like the whole how we're here.
Well, one of the people, the other captain who said that they've sailed past that island a dozen times, asks you how you made it to the island, how you got on.
I'll explain to them how, on the backside of the island, there's a river that goes into a strait. That's how you get in and past the undead. We've been on twice. One, we killed the undead. And then the second time, we went the easy way.
So you talk about, because they want to hear the story. They ask about, you going onto the island. You fought the undead that were there. Really? How did they're undead. They never stop. They don't give up when they're wounded. They just come. All they want is death. How did you make it through them? Did you make it through
aim for the head?
I'll hold up Archie's fist and say this man's fist could crack a bone in half.
If it's a zombie, you aim for the head. If it's a skeleton, you beat it with a club.
You raise up his fist.
Skeletons into each other one time. Actually, it was great. Remember that?
How could you forget?
You hold up Archie's fists. Archie, make me another charisma check at disadvantage.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Someone there goes, well, that sounds like the Crimson Fist.
Archie will.
I mean, at
smile
this point,
for that.
Nilrum's fucking drunk, probably.
He's,
We gotta lock in going. We're among friends. Nilrum will.
Archie has a rush of euphoria, and he gets a little smirk on his face, and he's like, "Nah."
Nilrum will.
But you do think you've heard of the Crimson Fist, right? Right?
Who hasn't? There's been someone going around, beating up the White Prince's men, breaking their heads.
Yeah. The guy sounds pretty cool, right?
Sounds strong. Sounds terrifying. He sounds like he could hurt someone, seriously. This guy here, he's got a hot temper. That's why they call him Crimson. It's not for the blood that flows, it's for his anger.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Really
I'll
angry.
whisper it to the crowd like, I heard it's because when he punches things, his fists are on fire.
Oh my god. Captain John, your plan to keep a low profile succeeded for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
How are you going to react to this?
Well, I let them finish their initial drinking in the glory, and then I'll sort of wander back over from the outside position.
Well, I
I'll
guess before
say.
you came back. I
Yeah,
think
Nilrum, you were
would've
about to
done a
say
toast.
something. Mhm.
He would have started a toast to the Crimson Fists and tried to get
Yeah.
like everybody get their fucking what is it called, like their cups in.
Yeah, so you start to make a toast to the Crimson Fist, and someone else goes, well, hold on. I mean, he might be fighting the White Prince's men, but he's still a pirate. I hear that the Crimson Fists were stacking ships down by... God, I've forgotten the place's name already. Down by Moncher. Aren't they pirates?
No.
Aren't they murderers?
No. Only those are just rumors and lies about us. Only the White Prince's ships do we sack.
Us?
Elmo
Are
gets
you the Crimson
smiling.
Fists?
Everyone's
this is
getting
when,
a little bit carried away here.
this is when Captain
It's
John
true.
arrives.
The glory of the Crimson Fist is widespread along the Outer Rim, and let me tell you, I've met Captain John Winters and his crew myself personally, and I've heard them called pirates, but these men aren't pirates. They're honorable, fighting for a good cause. My friend Merlin here speaks the truth. They may raid ships, but only those of the White Prince seeking to oppress the folk of the Outer Rim. You wouldn't hold that against them, would you?
This is when Robert tries to re-rally his people and says, fine, folks of Jamuba. These outsiders bring interesting tales and things worthy to listen to, but let us not get distracted by rumors and gossip. We're here because we want to oust the remaining soldiers from the keep. We want to send them packing. Let's stay focused. How can we get this done?
How many soldiers are there in the keep, my friend?
No offense, stranger, but this is Jamuba business. You're just here for a trade. You're gonna leave soon. This is between us, those here that are helping.
It's a foolish man that turns down aid.
It's a foolish man who turns down allies who will leave him, and it's a wise man who turns down allies who are soon to flee.
What if I were to tell you that soon enough the White Prince's hold on this island is to be strengthened, and it's probably in your interest and your friends here to act sooner rather than later before reinforcements show up, and one Father Hubert makes his way here to convince your local lords that the White Prince is worth listening to.
Some exchanged looks. The guy says, well, Father Hubert is a wise and judicious man. We've met with him before. He's organized
Perhaps.
peace and kept things from bloodshed. He helped
sure.
diminish the White Prince's presence on this island 5 years ago, down to the few squads that remain. I would welcome Father Hubert here. I think he could help us negotiate a peaceful settlement to the problems.
That takes me a bit off guard, though. I kind of look to the crew.
Father
see what
Hubert
they're
this
thinking.
time is coming, not with the pen, but with the sword. We know that there's a few clipper ships full of knights coming to take a stronger hold on this island. It seems that the White Prince is not so happy with his last negotiations.
Father Hubert would never bring soldiers to forcefully overtake an area. He's widely known as a peaceful man, a good person.
No, we're really sure. The sand told us, right? Remember? The sand guy.
This Father Hubert, perhaps he dangled a few carrots the first few times that you met him, only to come with the stick this time round.
Do you think it...
No. Outside agitators here to cause trouble is what this lot is. Listen to their words. What are they saying? They're not giving us words of help. They're not offering real long-term solutions. They're trying to bait you into violence. We want peace in our land and peace in our time, and that involves peacefully removing the White Prince. Don't listen to these sailors from distant lands who claim to have fought the undead, who claim to be friends of the good-natured Crimson Fists. You can't listen to these folks.
Remember the last
Until you'll
island that
pay
wanted
taxes.
out?
Sorry?
Do you remember the last island that wanted out, Sulphur Island? Look what happened to them. Why do you think
That was
that it would be
80
different
years
here?
ago. Things are different now.
History repeats itself.
The crowd takes a moment to talk amongst themselves, to process the information that they've had and see what each other has to say about it.
Okay.
In this book, is there the paragraph about how they gave all of the money to the White Prince?
Oh, yeah.
And then
While being
Okay, he'll-
sieged? Oh, yeah.
he'll flip to that page and he'll read it aloud, I guess, as they're composing their thoughts.
They listen. They hear it. Someone speaks up and says, "That's only once the war started." Someone else says, "No, but they surrendered." And someone else says, "Oh, well, that was the infamous captain under the White Prince's rule. He's long dead now."
You know just as well as I do that this is a very big bureaucracy. No order like that would not go to the White Prince himself. He's not a man who can be trusted. He's not a man of his word. And that's why Father Hildbro, I don't know if I can remember his name.
Hubert.
That's why Father Hubert is coming back here to renege on the deal that you guys made in the past with stick instead of pen.
He'll come with wizards, clerics, and knights. We've had him.
That's just his bodyguard. They keep him safe from people like you who would see peace destroyed for profit. How do we know you're not the Crimson Fist yourselves? What ship are you a part of, huh? Which boat in the harbor is yours?
Wasn't so long ago that I heard you talking of overthrowing the guards in the keep.
We
All the
want
ale
them
made you go
out.
soft, Robert?
The path to independence and freedom is won through peace and diplomacy, not through violence. We want them out. We want to overthrow them, but not with bloodshed. I hear your words. I hear you baiting me and my fellow comrades into combat. It'll never happen.
And what if they refuse the peaceful option? Will you pay taxes to the man who steals your children?
I will not have you outside agitators causing problems here. You've got no skin in this game. You're gonna leave in a few days. Which ship is yours, huh? Gracefully dodging that question, I see.
No one will reach into his bag. This guy's pissed him off. And I'll show him the ship in a bottle. This is our ship.
They laugh at you.
Oh, no.
Captain, you better get control of this man.
Listen, my friends, I say, talking to the crowd. You should be careful. You should be careful putting your faith in a man like this. A man scared of action. A man scared of what really needs to
No
be.
magic missile's the man who's in the background screaming about the dick shit.
I want an initiative roll. I'm going to stop him before he does that.
Opposed initiative rolls, please.
Yeah.
Okay, 1d1 or 1d10 plus 1,
Mhm.
and
Versus,
I would like the
1d10
captain to
plus
have a
3.
negative because he was in the middle of talking.
Yeah, give me a D10 plus 3 for your stuff, and then another 2 because you were
fucking-
chatting
Well,
with people.
a dagger is 2, not 3.
You're not going to
Um,
use a dagger, are you? When you're
No,
having a
well, I might-
conversation?
No, you're gonna shove him or something like
Yeah.
that, and then you're also talking. So give me a D10 plus 4 then. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you go to shove him. Happens a moment after the magic missiles fly. Roll me damage. Oh, 3 magic missiles rip into a 3 hit point man. The guy in the back who's making the dick jokes falls dead. The room falls silent. All eyes turn to Nilrum. Captain Winters, you're next to Nilrum, trying, like, about to. Your hands are on him, but it's already happened.
It's not
too
so
late.
funny now, is it? He looks at Robert.
Look, we don't want any trouble from you.
Didn't sound like that.
He wanted trouble. I'll point to the dead guy.
Do you deserve that? Over a joke?
Absolutely.
He didn't
Looks
deserve.
him right in the eyes.
Well, justice is
Murdered
justice,
him
my
for
friend.
making fun of you? What sort of man are you?
I'm the goddamn coolest man you'll ever meet. I'm Nilrum. I'm a fucking wizard, baby.
Oh, she's cracking up in the back as she says that.
Let's make a concerned morale check for these guys.
Wait. Robert.
It's all right. We're about
Listen.
to turn it around, Captain.
Things got a little bit out of hand here, and I'm sorry about this man's life.
Someone
But
calls
perhaps
out,
we'll
wait, he's
reconsider-
dead! And they drag his body forward and place it between their group and yours. 3 holes in him. You killed him. The crowd of 25 to 30 people menaces forward. Murderers!
Consider your
How
next moves very
menacing? I
carefully.
need to know.
What?
How menacing?
They're all pretty pissed. And there's a lot of
I
them.
will, like, push Nilrim backwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna move
And
back.
I'll let Sale and Archie step forward if they want. I'll say, now
Archie
listen
will
here.
slowly get up, cross his arms, and walk up.
But a lot of you really
Crack his
want to
neck.
consider your next moves very, very carefully. This does not end well for you. Trust me.
Archie's taking
Just
out his brass knuckles.
Think about what we can do. My friend here.
He is the
clearly
Crimson Fists. They are the
is-
Crimson Fists. They're the pirates.
Hey! Shut up when I'm talking to you. Does another one of you need to die? Think about what we can do here. How we could help you. The offer we so gracefully tried to bring to you. You got trouble with the White Prince's men in their keep? You don't even have to get your hands dirty. We'll deal with them for you. How's about that for recompense? How's about that for help?
A guy named Robert puts his hands up to ward back his companions. Let's not have any more bloodshed here tonight.
Of course not. We're all here for a good time.
Someone's gonna have to take Timmy home to his family. Tell him what happened.
It's true. Well,
Are
As
you
far
gonna
as-
do it, Captain
It's growing
John
in-
Winters?
it's growing ever more expensive by the minute, let me tell you. But how's about I pay you for the privilege, Robert? Perhaps your friend's widow here can live a better life than with a drunken lout of a husband. And I'll throw him 20 gold.
The value of a man's life.
Yeah, it's probably his wages. Discounted back to current prices, accounting for inflation. I'd say that's good.
Wages for almost a year, maybe.
Oh, wait, is 20 gold like a year's wage? He's probably just some drunken lout, though. He's a day laborer or something. He's not going to earn 20 gold.
34 gold would be about a year's wage for a common laborer.
Oh, okay. Well, she can take 20.
Yeah.
How's the vibe in the room looking after that?
Super fucking tense. There's definitely people in the crowd who want to bash their heads in with table legs or bottles or steins, whatever they've got in their hands. And Robert is, holding them back at arm's length, keeping the peace by a sheer force of charisma.
I wish
People.
he wouldn't.
People, if these are the pirates that we think they are, There's no point in trying to fight them. That man there, he says, pointing to Archie, probably take the whole lot of us. Look at those pieces of metal on his hands. There's no need for us to die pointlessly here. Maybe the White Prince was right. Maybe there are still dangers in this world that we need to be protected from. I don't know. I don't like the White Prince very much. I don't think we want him in these parts.
Yeah, and a great job he's doing of protecting you from us.
Well, maybe if we had an Inquisitor here. I don't know. Why don't we all go home and sleep on it? Let cooler heads prevail. We'll talk in the morning. Come on, everybody, out. Everybody out. And he slowly shuffles the crowd.
Follow this weakling.
The crowd slowly starts to disperse.
Wait, is somebody taking the guy's body?
Robert is waiting in the room until he grabs like 2 people to help him haul the corpse, but he waits until everyone else is gone, and then they get a sheet from the innkeeper, gently place the body in it, and use it as like a stretcher to carry Timmy out of the tavern.
Little Timmy. I give the innkeeper like a look like that. Got a little bit out of hand there.
That was actually the worst outcome that we had.
That was.
That was the worst. We had a group.
The worst outcome, yeah.
Only someone
They were fired up, ready to go burn down that tower. And I don't know how it happened, but we
went in too hard.
made them followers of the White
We
Prince.
really? I apologize, guys. I really fucked that one up. I thought they wanted to hear cool stories, but I guess we should just... Nay, if we ever hear it again, we'll just let them talk to each other, okay? We'll let them do it.
Well, what the hell's the plan now? This didn't take very long to go to shit, did it?
And that's when we go to break. See you guys on the other side. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Please continue the conversation you were just having.
Yeah, so we're talking about following Robert back to his house to go and have a little word with him in the night. And the question is, should all 4 of us go, or should I just go on my own and sneak into his house and lay our cards down on the table?
Well, why wouldn't we all go?
Just maybe draws too much attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do we do in the meantime? Lay low and wait for you?
I mean, ideally, not cause any more trouble. But,
You're gonna go talk to Robert alone?
Well, I guess I will... You know, I've just given him the gold. He's just left out of the building. I, like, poke my head, look out of a window to go and see if he's on his own or if he's got people who were waiting for him or...
He and the 3 others have taken the dead body just a little bit out into the... maybe like 50 feet from the door and set it down, and they're talking amongst themselves.
Well, I tell you what, guys. I'll follow him, find out where he lives, and I'll come back here. So I'll slip out the back entrance of the inn and just follow these guys through the streets.
Okay.
Silently.
Can do.
And I imagine they might be going to the widow's house first. So, you know, I'm going to wait until I feel like Robert's gone on his own to his house.
Yeah, you see them take the body to a house nearby. Give me a... give me a move silently check at plus... No, actually at no bonus. Just a straight move silently check.
Us.
Woo, good pass. All right. You can make your way there. They don't see you. I think it's dark enough that you're in a, and you don't have a source of light, that you're in a position that they're not going to necessarily see you or identify you from range. So it was just if you drew attention to yourself through noise,
yeah,
or skulking.
I want to try and listen into that conversation with the woman that I assume is going to answer the door. I want to see if he gives her all the gold.
Yeah. Door opens and it's a man. And there's a moment, and Robert motions to the body, and the man steps out. The curtain, the sheet is lifted. The man drops to his knees and cradles the head of Robert. Moments later, a woman steps out, and then a small flock of younger children step out, and they all cry over the body. Robert presses the bag of gold into the hands of a nearby family member. The other two that were there eventually leave after maybe 5 minutes, but you can hear the sounds of crying, and soon coming out from nearby buildings, other people poke their heads to see what's going on. The dead body in town begins to draw attention of the nearby neighbors.
Sure.
How long do you want to wait?
I wait until Robert leaves to go back to his house.
Oh.
I will observe the situation.
One set of neighbors come out and see what's going on. And then the next door neighbors, someone goes to another set of neighbors and knocks on their door and brings them out. Robert stays and talks to these people. And someone else goes over to another set of neighbors and knocks on their door and brings them out. And then a few of the younger people...
listen into Robert's conversation, or am I too far?
If you would like to do that, we're going to need some more checks to keep you not being identified. Unless you don't mind being seen and identified in this situation.
Well, I'd rather not be seen, but I do want to hear what he's saying.
Okay. So what do we want to get you closer without being noticed? Probably a hide in shadows, because I think there's enough sound blocking you here that you're just trying to like make sure that you're not being seen. However, there's also a bit of a crowd, so I'm going to give you hide in shadows at plus 20%. Yeah, not a problem. You can sort of find your way a little bit closer and stay within the crowd and keep your face kind of twisted and low, and Robert won't notice you. I don't think we really care if other people see that you're around, but you can hear him. By the time you get here, he's not saying much. You can overhear other members of the crowd repeating variations of the story. You know, like telephone game, story is one thing and it shifts a little bit as each person says it. The story that you hear is that the Crimson Fists were in the bar and they killed little Timmy. And no one's quite sure why.
He's not trying to rally people to come and oust us.
Mm-mm.
Okay. How old was little Timmy? Is it like a child?
No, he was like 21, 22. Young man.
He was old enough to know better than...
Yeah. It's his own fault, really.
True.
Yeah, you bear no blame for this. Alright, well, I still want to follow Robert home, so...
As I mentioned, some other people run off. It's going to be a little while, it seems. What's happening back in the bar?
An awkward conversation with the innkeeper, probably.
The innkeeper has actually made herself scarce. By the time you guys look up for her, the inn's empty. It's just the three of you. The bar is completely open and unguarded in any way, shape, or form. All the doors are shut. Innkeeper's nowhere to be seen.
Normal, put down the drink. I think I've had enough. I don't know why John always lets me just talk in these scenarios. He knows it always goes wrong. Why doesn't he take control? Am I right? Am I right, Sale?
Yeah. I feel like every time you have that steering wheel, you steer us right into Magic Missile Town.
The issue is I can't control myself. And he knows that. He just...
No, you're right. See,
I will say
everyone around you.
That is how it works on the ship. When the ship's late with the shipping, you can't blame the rowers. If you're the captain.
God damn it, John.
This is John's fault that man died.
This is John's fault. Normal. No one's content with that, actually.
Sounds a lot like mutiny to me, this.
From now on, I'm going to let John do the negotiating, but it's hard for me, you know? I'm the victim
I know.
here.
The hard part is when somebody says something stupid, right, Noram?
Yeah. He was calling my dick small, and they made fun of my magical spell that I created. Like, look at this. He'll pull a chip in the bottle, and he'll show it. Who could make fun of this? It's a magical marvel. It's a one of one. I'm the only wizard in the world who can do this.
I mean, if you think about it from his perspective, they're like, where's your ship? And you take out a ship in the bottle. It is kind of funny from his perspective. I can get why he laughs at you. But, like, knowing what I know,
yeah,
probably
it's not a fucking joke.
3, 4 plus 3 for damage. Against Sale?
Wait, why would I? Oh no. No. Not him.
All right, so you guys are just
He's
chilling
one of
in the bar.
Norm's basically just saying it's John's fault. You know, he
Mhm.
made him do this and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He takes no blame. Does Norm have a small dick? You roll a D12?
You can just declare. You don't have to roll, and it's not a D12 because it's got to have a bell curve on it.
Yeah. What do you want then?
I don't want anything.
What would you roll if you had to roll something? 2d6?
It's got to be like 2d6 minus 1 or something.
Alright, 2d6 minus 1. Oh, Norm's happy. Okay. Norm's upset that people are making fun of him for no fucking reason. Thank you.
Next time, just pull your dick out instead of trying to kill someone.
Well, I was afraid to roll it at that point.
All right, outside of the bar, near the village where Timmy lies dead, more people gather. Light is brung, lanterns are hung.
That's
a
not
discussion.
legit, by the way.
Okay.
If you roll it, you
I
have
didn't
to
say
keep
what I was
it.
rolling for.
No, we all know what you're rolling for. The rule is always, if you roll it, you
I'm
keep
sorry,
it.
Nick. That's
This is why I tell you,
the
you
way
can
the
just
cookie
declare these
crumbles.
things.
just how it goes.
What, like, didn't you, like, you did well. with
Archie, you
what
interested or
got.
you want to declare it?
It's because it's not a big.
I'm
thing
rolling
Canadian
it.
students.
I'm rolling it. 2d6 minus 1.
Some would say this is the most
I-
important stat.
I feel like your height should be a modifier.
Yeah,
Or
2d6
does that
minus
matter?
1.
It does correlate with height, yeah.
Height doesn't modify your strength score, friends. You should pick your height based off of your strength, and vice versa.
I'm waiting, Poke.
I'm rolling it. Yeah, that's
For
right.
fuck's sake.
It's respectable.
This is devastating.
But can we
15
get a
charisma.
hotness roll for,
This is the
like, how
worst day
aesthetic
for
is
Captain
John's penis?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, this
Do
is
you know
even
what?
funnier by the fact that he's rolled before for how long he lasted with Lady Nightmare.
Now we know why it lasted so long.
Oh, shit.
This is why she didn't invite me to stay the second time.
You just fucked your character up with one roll.
Oh dear.
All right, I have enlarge. You're fine.
Thank you.
I can fix you.
20% of
Have you got
3 is
permanency?
We'll get there, man.
Good quest for the
Oh,
party. Okay. You're waiting with this group, and more people begin to come out of their homes and see what's going on. Lanterns are hung, light is brung. Eventually, you will see that some of these people that scampered out to, spread the word come back with some of these guardians that bear the White Prince's emblem. A pair of heavy guards come out to see what's happening and what's going on. They don't say anything. They stand by. They ask a few questions. They get a few different people's opinions on what's going on. And they seem like they're here to survey and understand the situation, but not much else. One of the things you do over here is that there are no clerics on this island. There is a priest who has been called, but no actual clerics. The priest is a young woman who will show up, maybe 22 years old, and she wears the symbol of a stare from her neck. And they will gather up the body and bring it off to the church in town, on the other side of town. They put it on a cart pulled by a pair of donkeys, and the family will go, leaving the rest of the people to stand about in town and talk. Robert is here to answer questions. And the question amongst the people is, what should be done? There are pirates in town who have murdered a local. And people want blood. People want revenge. But what can they do?
Yeah.
Pirates are powerful. They're dangerous. It's the Crimson Fists themselves. They're able to walk into town and murder someone and I don't think there's room for retaliation. You do hear that the White Prince's men in town consist of 8 heavy guards. And 8 heavy guards are here in town.
Okay. Well, sounds doable.
Sorry, 2 spears of 8 heavy guards. That's 16 heavy guard. 2 spears, not 1 spear. Some of them are a little bit injured. Others are in, good fighting shape. But is that enough people to fight these? Oh, I don't know. There's an unregistered mage. Rumor has it that they've got a heretical cleric amongst themselves, working for Malchus, god of chaos. What can be done? Maybe the best thing to do is just let them go. Well, no. They were here to fight the White Prince's men. Maybe if we all work together. Well, no. The cleric is on his way, bringing, with his bodyguard. Maybe we can stall them. Lots of ideas get passed around. Nothing seems to be firmly decided upon. And that's in the next, 45 minutes or so. So let's go back to the people in the tavern. You've been in the tavern now for about an hour and a half, and John hasn't returned. What are you feeling? People in the tavern late at night.
I think we wait like 30 more minutes, and then we have to go look for John at that point.
Yeah.
I feel like it's already been too long. Who knows what's happening out there, but I'll wait longer if you want.
No,
I think we
I'm
wait
just
30
gonna
minutes
worry
because they
about
had to
them.
go take the body to the house. Maybe he's just talking to the people now. I don't know. I'll buy you another round. And no one will go behind the bar and I guess pour his own beer. Guess the bartender just left.
Bartender pieced out.
Is there any money?
No, the strong box was taken, but the liquor, the booze, it's all there.
Well, we'll drink liquor then.
Mm-hmm.
We'll drink the good shit.
Oh yeah, you can find it on. It's right up there on the high shelf. There's a little stool nearby for the shortish bartender to get to him.
Nice.
Easy peasy. Back outside, the crowd is frustrated. Someone reports that the bar looks shut, but there are still candles burning inside, so someone must be there. One of the guards leaves to head back to the tower and report to the others. Robert is cautioning the locals here to keep cool heads. Violence has been done.
This, how far away is the tower from here?
Half mile.
So how long is it going to take this guy to walk? 10 minutes?
10 minutes if he takes a leisurely stroll, 5 minutes if he jogs, 3 minutes if it's a flat-out run.
How well armored is he? You said he's heavily armored.
We would call him a heavy guardian, which means you've seen enough of these people by now. The heavy guards, let me look at their notes here. They have a shield that they are proficient with, and they also have they've got 2 slots in a fighting style, and their armor is just AC 2. So a total AC of 17. And +1 to hit with a D6 spear if they use it with one hand. If they're not using their shield, then 2d4.
Yeah. Fuck it. I try and follow this guy on his own. I want to try and ambush him in the street when he's by himself. After a couple of minutes after he's away from the crowd.
Okay. Obviously going towards the tower, and he's going at a brisk pace. So I want you to make me a strength check because you have to go away from everyone and around everything. So you need to go much faster than the guard in order to catch up with him.
Strength or con?
Strength for
Or
speed,
dex.
con for duration. Dex has no bearing. Yeah. You run through the streets. You make a couple of wrong turns. You do your best to catch up to him, but by the time you come back towards the road and look left and right, you see that his much straighter shot at a jogging pace has left him ahead of you. You're now behind him. If you wanted to catch up to him, you'd have to flat out run, and he would be sure to hear you coming in the dead of night.
Nah.
You
Fuck
can just
that.
call for him. He wouldn't know it's you. He hasn't seen you.
I don't really want to fight him without getting a sneak attack. So I'll let him go.
The guardian will
wanna
make
try
it up the hill to
Yeah,
the tower.
I will lie in wait in a bush or something along this path, either for more soldiers to come to observe them, or for the second soldier that was still out there to come past me. Like, so either more soldiers, either he's gone to the tower to gather more soldiers, in which case I want to know about it and get back to the group, or he'll go in there and stay there, and then the last guy will come past me and I'll get a chance to attack him.
Okay.
So
He's
you
in
want me
the
to make hide
tower.
in shadows?
Yes. Give me a hide in shadows at a. Well, actually, you don't need hide in shadows. It's dark. You can just hide. Guaranteed. You're fine.
Yeah.
Unless they're like actively searching for you with a lantern or something. It takes 15 minutes before the same guard will jog back out of the tower and head into town by himself.
On his own?
On his own.
All right, I want to ambush him as he goes past me.
Yeah. I will give him a surprise check at a penalty because you are well positioned for an ambush at night. And that you will get your ambush off. He does not see you. You can step out right as he passes you and make an attack at +4 to hit. And if you hit, you will roll backstab damage, sneak attack damage.
I'm attacking his back, so no shield.
Correct.
No
I mean,
fighting
his
style.
shield is at his side anyway. Yeah, the AC will just be 12 for the armor.
Oh, fuck.
Is that including the +4?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you step out and you go to plunge your dagger, your rapier in his direction, and it catches. Like you aim for the spot underneath the arm because he's got that vest of thick padded armor, and the underarm is where that vulnerable place is, and it just barely misses and stabs right into the side of the padded armor. It catches the guard, and he whirls, ambushed and surprised, full surprised. So you can go ahead and get a free surprise round because this was ambush, which is separate from surprise.
Okay. All right, I'm going to make these attacks, and if they fail, I'm going to bolt from the fight.
Okay.
So no, still get surprise, but not back attack.
Correct.
23 and a 21.
Crit and hit.
Okay.
And our heavy
9 damage.
guard rolls 3d8 plus 3, I think, for hit points. Ooh, he will just barely survive the attack.
Okay.
The dagger will pierce above the armor, getting him through the clavicle. The dagger, the main gouge, will come to the side and slash him open on the leg. Our heavy guard. He knows who you are at this point. He's heard the conversations.
No, it's initiative, right?
Right. I'm just checking his morale. And now we can roll initiative. You versus he.
Come on, Nick. Fix the situation.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. 9.
It's okay.
10. You will go first.
Perfect.
He begins to shout, but you're down the hill. It's unlikely that anyone can hear him from this range.
16.
The rapier slashes to his side, thrusts before him. He blocks it with the shield. The main gouge comes up. He knocks it to the side with his spear, and he will levy an attack against you.
Reblock at this.
Ugh. It's a clumsy thrust with his wounded arm. It goes well over your shoulder as he shouts, "Help! Help! Pirates! Pirates!" And do you get a second attack? Are you expertise?
No, not this. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do get a second attack. Okay, come on. 23. Yes.
A rapier through the throat. The heavy guard
Well,
drops
6
to the
damage.
ground, dead.
I take the feather out of my hat, put it on top of his body, and dart off into the night.
Back at the bar, the half hour passes. John's nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be heard.
All right. We push the chairs back, and we go look for John.
You guys step out of the bar, and you see a crowd of people gathered by torch and lantern light
Do they
off
have-
to one section.
Weapons?
No, they're just civilians.
Are they looking at us?
Yeah. As you come out of the bar, one of the onlooking civilians shouts, "There they are!" And the crowd turns to face you. It's maybe 130 people with lanterns, torches. You can see people grabbing like farming implements nearby as you step out. Hoes and pitchforks get pulled up. Flails used for like grain flails get grabbed.
I know how to disperse a crowd, and it's not going to be lethal, okay? Nilrim tells the others to get behind him, and he will cast Fog Cloud in the cloud kill-like fog towards the crowd.
Oh, yeah. It opens up with a cloud kill-like effect rolling towards them. Immediately, people scream and break and run in every which way as what appears to be a most lethal spell rolls in their direction. The locals don't know any better, and they scatter to the winds.
Nice.
Nilrim sighs a sigh of relief. All right. Let's go find John.
I'll turn to Nilrim and say, have we really visited an island unless you cast fake cloud kill?
One day I'm going to get the real cloud kill, and then we're going to have a ton of fun. And he gives Sail a wide smile. And we go look for John, I guess.
Yeah. Eventually.
D8 for direction?
Well, John, after you killed the guard, what are you doing?
Go back to the tavern.
All right. So as you guys are looking about for John, he'll hear the crowd screaming and yelling, and it will be easy to find the three of you. The source of the screams and yells. The party meets up in the town square late at night, lit only by what little moonlight passes through the churning clouds overhead on this cold winter's night.
Ho there.
I dispersed the crowd.
What crowd?
There was about 100 people with farming instruments and torchlight. I think they were coming to kill us, John.
Well, they were certainly trying to convince the guards of it. There were a couple of them in heavy armor down there talking to them, and they were toing and froing about whether they should make a move against us or not. I think they decided to wait for the cleric to get here. But there's 16 heavy guards, or 15 now. I got one of them on his way to the keep.
Should we just go handle the keep tonight, then?
If you're all ready.
I nod.
I think we just start killing. It's what we're
All
good
right.
at.
Well, we'll only have to kill these White Prince's men when we fight the cleric anyway, so we might as well get a head start.
All right, let's go.
We can take the keep for ourselves.
Ooh, use it as a base of operations, demand the people kill father thing, have established that this island is in rebellion, Rohi comes and, or not Rohi, the White Prince comes and wipes out the island. All good, we got it.
Seems good.
For now, at least, we can have this as our base of operations. Let's go.
Let's go.
I've got rope in my bag. I'm going to see if I can't find a sneaky entrance into this keep, Neil.
Well, 2 nights after the full moon, our party makes their way towards the tower at the back of town, up on top a hill. You can see lights on in the arrow loops shining out. You know the people there are alert. The body you can still see on the path leading from the tower.
Let's
Well, this is where we're going to end for the night. When we come back next week, we'll see what the party does with the tower.
Sounds good.
Okay. And that'll wrap us up. We'll get XP next time, not this time. And anyone have anything to say or do before we go? Any questions from the the Patreon?
We do. Mooten, in your character's backstory, when one of the White Prince clerics brought out the god status, you chose to roll your character's which your character gravitated to. Did the result of that roll, Ponos, influence anything about how you play / think about the character? Do any of the characters feel attached to any gods aside from Brohi? Not really, but it does open up Nilrim to talk to Ponos. I think gods are really cool in D&D, and I can't think of a reason that any person in those times wouldn't want a god's favor. It seems like a free, amazing fucking thing. So I think that Nilrim's gonna attempt to do something like that.
Attracted towards Ponos.
John might make the odd prayer to Jaxel or Quantarius or Martha in a particularly harrowing moments, but I wouldn't call him a religious man.
Okay.
Yeah, Archie doesn't really care. He's never really seen the gods do anything for anyone. He's just been rowing.
Based. Open question, anyone that wants to pick it up. What kind of alliance/association do you think is next in line for the campaign? Political, crew, so on. Really enjoy your badass content. Wish you all well.
Well, my hope this episode was to establish something here, but you know, sometimes you gotta kill some people. I'd like to get like a couple of. My dream is to like get like establishments, like maybe I don't know, like pubs or something set up on a bunch of islands, where they gather rumors and we can like hide in. Yeah, like almost like a pirates guild, but like across the entire network.
It would be cool to somehow get an inside man in the White Prince's like inner circle or near that. I don't know how we would go about it. Find someone who's disgruntled, or maybe Rohi spoke to someone else, but I feel like something like that could be cool. I think political would be a good way to go if we were to answer the question directly.
I agree.
Yeah.
No one will be staying out of upcoming conversations with new people. It's truly on Captain Winters for not reeling him in.
Of course, yeah.
He fucked it up.
Well, my character wasn't there, but I personally did hear your pathetic arguments to that conclusion. And they stand for themselves, in my opinion.
They're good.
The buck stops at you, Captain.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's it, I guess, for this week. We'll be back. Yeah.
If you have any questions, you can join the Patreon and file them there, and we will answer them at the end of our sessions. Other than that, we'll see you all next week for some more Tides of Death. Good night.
Good night. Join the Reddit.